No, but I like no, but I like the story of the EMTs looking at me really weird because they're like, I fainted, and then it could have been like a life-threatening situation. The only thing I had to say to them was, "Can I just get a Snickers bar?"
You're like, yes, this is actually perfect material. Can we use your not actually life threatening situation to make money? Sure, you gonna pay me? Yes.
Hell yeah, I'm a shameless plug, bro. Yeah, Dear Mars chocolate. Oh, God.
Last session, it took me a while to like hash out everything that happened last session. There was kind of layers of things on session 77. Um, we because we were returning to the city with our city folk. Um, we began the session following Birdman in the aftermath of the dust and fall of the Stagecourts, and he takes some time to perch atop a building of the Beast Crown and is just there for the better part of a day afterwards. While the dust kind of accumulates up above into this great pall, almost like an ominous cloud of sorts. Um, and he takes this time, I imagine, to craft this letter. He finally writes in his alter ego, I guess. J.G. Gillisbrand, asking the city to pay attention to this idea, basically, and to understand the next steps are kind of their choice. I think is kind of a big part of it as I reread it again, and that there are high stakes involved, and that there needs to be, you know, a collective kind of answer to what just happened here. And he also spent some time writing to his prospective binder lords. I imagine the ones he has no worry of. I imagine there was some correspondence sent to kind of just like, hey, holy shit, this is what's happening, kind of thing. I'm here. What do you need? Kind of stuff. And then also some very pointed letters sent to Veer, Xantha, and Trundle of the 8th, ninth, and 4th house, um, asking for more personal meetings with them. Veer kind of sidesteps and agrees to meet after the dust has kind of gone away from the stage courts. Birdman knows from his kind of background search he does during this time of the interactions of the houses that Pio and Veer is searching for Pio and Mel, as he believes they are to blame for kind of things that have spiraled to this moment. Birdman also writes to Xantha of the Ninth House and agrees to meet with him, but with some uh, mostly because some inspiration was spent during that point. But um, there is an agent of his house, not Xantha himself, someone who is a ranking member, not like someone in Xantha's inner circle by any means. But you guys met him before, named Phineas, who's been looking for Birdman, for other purposes, it presumes. And then Trundle of the 4th house agrees to meet, but you know and have known for a while, this has been a build for a few weeks, in the game, that there's an internal struggle because of Trundle's basically assertion as the Binder Lord, which is something that's happened early on in the campaign. It was something that was in the background that I mentioned here and there with when you guys first dealt with the Rotus. that they were a predominantly rat-tooth guild, but now there's this goblin influence, and then it's kind of made the house much more diverse because of what they brought in along the way. Um, and but Birdman goes to Xantha first, and on along the way he notices the Beast Keep, which is the wall that encircles around the Tarrasque. There are dwarven smiths barking at orders, setting up pulley systems and things to repair the ballistae. It's a big job. You know, it's not something that's just like normal, everyday, like, hey, maintenance, cleaning, whatnot. There's something wrong with them. And throughout his searches, there's a sense in his gut about something following him. And there's nothing that comes to any fruition, no matter how much he looks over his shoulder, until he gets to the glass house of the ninth Lord, Xantha. And there's this kind of ripple effect that happens in the glass to open the door. And in the process of that, he sees the shadow kind of form in and around behind him, whatnot. It looks like himself, but kind of his Kenku self. Feathers starting to sprout freely, kind of around his shoulders. But the visage is soon broken by one of Xantha's daughters, being confused by Burnman, but welcoming him in, and then kind of opening the doors. We then broke to Falwyn and Tenebris, our elven Sith, creating life in simplest terms. And Falwyn creates some dragons from ancient dragon glass, kind of heaps. Tenebris, new protectorate of the 11th house. And then at the end of
You got to
And
the
that's the other way around. It's the other way around.
yeah.
yeah, whatever. The But in those 2-3 days, we have Fallen craft new children as well. And near the end of that, there's some scrying done to try to locate their current nemesis, the paladin who's eluded them since they first assassinated Orcafor. And they try to manipulate his dreams as well. Falwyn does. And the Sith, during their scrying around the city and whatnot, trying to figure out where this paladin might be, they learn connections of that the Eighth House are funding the actions of Lossie, who is a former member of the 11th House, who has formed a gang, perhaps is maybe the best word, that is hunting for Pio. He is making the argument that Pio is most responsible for what happened to the Stagecourts. With this, the Sith kind of changed tactics, it seemed, and then began to look for the red dragonborn that was in the prisons with the other paladin. Back when they assassinated Orcafor, this named Centaur Ghost Eye. It's a contact between many of the different houses, but kind of situated in the 12th house for a long time before their fall recently, and is still relatively independent. And there's some grandiose use of magic and dragons to kind of subdue this guy with simulacrum distractions and things, and then kind of trying to use the centaur to threaten the bronze paladin, and it doesn't seem the bronze paladin doesn't seem to care. on the whole for those things. Because Centaur is an oathbreaker. He may have been a former paladin compatriot to this bronze dragonborn, bronze squamata, I'm sorry. But nevertheless, that would be the intuition we kind of went for last time. Then we spent some time with Amu, our druid friend, who's meeting with some other Mustellan, with his brother, quote unquote, Pio, to discuss how their people are going to aid. There's some Pio's kind of been elected to be their representative in the city. It's kind of uh I guess divulged, I guess, in some ways, and but the other lords, if you will, of the Mustellan seem unsure. Um, there's also a couple walkers that appear uh as part of this meeting who are um kind of representing as the political faces that they are for the Animaesus people towards this meeting. There's an eventual agreement of an elite group being formed to teleport in using Amu's magic to open the gates of the city, and then having an army of a few hundred at least. Mustellan kind of coming in to take over the city and basically reestablish order, is kind of the summary I think it came to. Um, and um, we then jump back to Birdman, who rises into the glass tower through this rippling kind of door magic, and he is soon greeted by one of the Karens. This one is spelled with an E. She is the one you guys haven't met yet. You met the other two in roundabout ways. But she is there's an attraction between Birdman and her, I guess, that sort of happened that fell into the role play by purpose or an accident, and then some floor inspiration were spent on it towards the end of the game. So I was like, okay, so this is happening. But nevertheless, she leads him to her father's library, and Xantha's standing over this kind of grandiose table made of glass and wood and stone and other things, and he's reading this giant tome, not paying too much attention to Birdman as Birdman comes in and begins the conversation with him. There is the discussion of Mel and what's the validity behind still being angered towards her, the idea of revenge towards others and her. And then there's kind of a redirect Xantha takes advantage of in the conversation to try to use Birdman's connections and understanding as a third party, independent party, to kind of get a closer look at the 11th house and kind of the shifts that have happened since Orcafor has obviously fallen, and there hasn't been the official ritual of acceptance by the other Binder Lords yet. Um, and there's kind of just a break in the conversation, and Xantha's a weird character to roleplay. It was the first time I had to really roleplay him. And basically, your Birdman was being followed when he left by presumably the same daughter who greeted him, and he's able to use his crazy Birdman tomfuckery that he has within the city to just like lose her. But during these times, there's a rumor that he starts to hear of that some people in the city are kind of talking about, and he's like eavesdrops on this one, kind of just like I picture this like random person in the alleyway talking about this crazy vision they had last night when they were drunk of like something that basically they're not saying the word Kenku, but that's what they're describing is this bird man running around like freaking people out and stealing shit from people and whatnot. And we spend a few moments with Fallen and Tenebris before we leave, kind of beginning the modify memory brainwashing to their new quote unquote compatriot centaur. That they're going to basically include into their fold as an Oathbreaker paladin, basically. And during this process, there is basically a knock at their door, and there is a member of the seventh house. She introduces and knows your doorman Bora. They're of the same race, probably even actually cousins or something like that. Her name is Chiabo, and she seeks aid, like they've gotten in the past from Orcafor, to access the scrying capabilities so that they can track down what has happened to the city of late. They have things that have happened on their own grounds, as well as the stagecourts. They believe that, with the magic that they have of the divine, plus the scrying magic that the tower possesses, they should be able to figure this out. Tenebris kind of sidesteps the conversation back and forth, and eventually just says no. Is basically the inevitable
Judas says
conclusion.
no.
But there seems to be Tenebris's passive insight did pick up on the idea that she seemed to. There's something that another reason she came here. Like she kept sniffing for something. Like she kept trying to find a smell of some sort. She mentions that she will return and bring her lord, Masinifex, in the process. Is the intuition you probably get. Amu then walks up kind of relatively thereafter, within a few moments of that, to where I picture Tenebris hadn't even had time to really go back upstairs yet, and is not being let into the gates and meets Tenebris and Bora on one side, the small little Musteli druids on the other, and he wants to buy a sending spell for his own purposes that were discussed with basically his clandestine works that he's working in to bring an army into the city. But our good old, like he didn't say anything I thought was weird, but your character is just, I guess, a little bit
Sith?
not trust paranoia. Yes. And there's no trade that's agreed upon. And then there was this lovely little like imagery of Almu calls Tenebris less friendly than mushrooms, and Tenebris basically says, "I'm not evil." And then there's something about how mushrooms aren't evil. Mushrooms can be evil too, or aren't evil too. It was really funny.
I
Hold
never
on. Tenebris never said he's not evil. He never confirmed he's not evil.
Yeah.
No. Jennifer said, I never said I was nice. And then Amu said, I never said mushrooms weren't evil.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
I love the imagery of it. It's really good metaphor and imagery and stuff. But nevertheless, we are going to that time. We're gonna kind of pick up around the end of that second day that you guys were kind of dealing with a lot of the build up between these things. Second to third day, somewhere in there. So there's probably some casts that have been made by the wizards towards their things that they've been making. And then it's kind of later in that evening where we're going to pick up with at least Birdman's scene, a scene of some sort to represent Tenebris kind of searching for his prey, maybe with Falwyn or Lord Gravitas's help. Falwyn is investigating the tower, trying to understand how to get to the exact cloning stuff that may or may not exist in the tower.
There's
And
cloning
then-
stuff in the tower? Holy shit.
And
Hey,
then
that's so much.
Thank you so
well,
much, DM. Another thing on the list.
well, there's
We got it.
things
We got
like,
it.
as I mentioned last time, like his spell book is like. I enjoy the idea that his spell book is intrinsically attached to the tower. So it's like the more you investigate the tower, the more you
All
unlock
right,
his spell book.
moving up tower control up the list. We are gonna get this tower
I-
locked down.
But
And
nevertheless,
a question: with custom spells, can we actually create a spell meant butt crack?
what?
Right?
Just it's like pretty much get all of wizard posting spells in a
All right,
in
all
the
right. Like there were 3 ideas there that my brain wasn't connecting. So
Did I
one
hear
of these things
mend
are
a
not.
butt crack?
Yeah, like I'm just making sure. Okay, I'm not the only one that heard that. Okay.
The black spot.
Oh shit! Yeah,
We're going to steal the
Tenebris
Tarrasque
so-
men butt
soul.
crack. He
uh,
completely invalidates the entire cult of the black spot.
I
Just
will.
like
I will let you
Christ.
start any process. I cannot guarantee what processes will
It
finish.
makes so
because
much sense to just piss them off. Holy shit!
the timeline right now is very much up in the air. So
You just declared war, my guy.
Uh,
I know.
okay. Okay,
You
and
said
then lastly, the last image I want to get out before we get lost at that again. Amu is still in the city, and we decided to go back to Birdman's apartment.
Yeah.
And I want to build some of the drama that could represent a little bit too. So, I'm on this map because I want to talk initially about Greed's inspiration spend that he did at the end of last session. To give him through information, probably through the scrying capabilities and things that you were learning through the tower, and maybe even having one of your loyal sons or whatnot, or someone else, even maybe Tenebris, kind of spending some more time around the 7th house where he was hanging out. When you guys fought him last, you guys would know he's left the city. And he has traveled north to the forests in the north.
How did he get that far?
Seriously?
Fine
Did you have
city,
a
bro.
wizard?
Okay,
Yes, find city.
Macinefex is an archdruid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Open
Yeah.
tree stride,
Open
like
tree.
what? Open
Yep.
tree, like
Travel via
so.
All right, apprentice. This
Yeah.
means
Literally.
this paladin has the protection of the 7th house. Fighting him means basically fighting the 7th house at this point.
That's
So,
good.
and your insights are and passive investigations, I think, are more than high enough to come to a general conclusion that one of the main reasons why they're probably going there is to get allies, to summon people to the city. And what is the only sizable force that exists in that forest would be the centaurs.
So the centaurs and the weasels are planning to invade.
Huh.
Via
Then what's the
tree.
best
Aren't
course
there-
of action? Create more life.
And the dwarves are still planning to invade that we know of.
I know. It's
There
gonna
are
be
dwarves in the
guys.
south. There's weasels. Now
guys.
7th house is plotting
Well,
insurrection.
the dwarves
I'm
are
just
2
saying,
weeks
in
away.
the Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies was an inspiration. I'm not gonna deny.
You guys have no idea what I have planned for you, bro. The 5th army is gonna be crazy.
Oh.
I'm going to research on what else to create. I might create my own.
Oh, dear.
So that is with that information, you guys can play that as you will. You guys have access to teleports and stuff, so there are those things. Nevertheless, I guess while we're on the subject, Tenebris and mainly Tenebris, because this is, I think, mostly his goal. What does Tenebris want to do with that information? What is his next step?
Probably report it to Fallen at this point.
Who will in turn leaks that information to the 12th house because we have an alliance with Lady Mel, and I guess Killian. Farwin, like when it like Killian, Farwin sees Killian as, Killian doesn't want to admit it, but Farwin definitely sees Killian as the one who would be a proper Binding Lord compared to his father. It'd be funny to see the first house implode with a crisis of leadership, but yeah, I think I would leak that information that the seventh house is planning a possible insurrection in the city. Have your armies prepared in tow. Simple messages as such.
There would be Mel would probably just simply say okay or affirmative. I don't imagine she's saying much more
Yeah,
than
yeah, yeah. Just
in response, but I imagine Killian would want to know more about numbers and what we're actually have to prepare for. And in the process, you would basically understand the first house. The first house has maybe upwards of 500 that they could gather together if they had some time to actually put things together. It would take some time because of what Killian did. There's some irony behind those things. To gather their people from the east, without magical help, basically.
game. Don't look at me. I'm not going to be able to open up a portal.
Yeah. Well, because of Killian and helping his father kind of take over the packs of the West Fields, basically. A lot of other wolves left the area and joined things more in the east and stuff. So, and that was a few weeks ago. So it'd be like it would take a few more weeks to like regather things.
You said unless we can tell Killian, unless he wants some help setting directives to other pack lords somewhere in the region that they can do some sort of intersection to understand the nature, full extent of potential insurrections of the seventh house. That's probably the only thing they can do. Rather than having to march to the city, they can just intercept any sort of official army movements that are coming up at this location, while we still deal with whatever. Well, I don't think the full extent of the PO's Mustelli plot has been revealed, so we don't know anything about that yet. And then, of course, there's the Dwarven army to the south right over here that we still have yet to resolve. But yeah, that's just a recommendation I think Farwin would immediately send to Killian.
With where we're at timeline player knowledge, I guess I should say you guys are about 10 days before the dwarves arrive at the Lapid place. Right.
10 days
Timelines.
before the dwarves arrive at the Lapid. And
Yeah.
because weren't we 2 weeks? Well, I guess
Mhm.
more like, okay, so that'd be a week.
More like in a week and a half now with some of the time you guys have already played through, but nevertheless, and that's still a little bit of time for them to travel too. So it's almost actually closer to 3 weeks before some of that has to be worried about, but nevertheless. Player knowledge. Okay. So Killian sends some messages to the wolves to possibly intercept the centaurs, and then Mel will probably start setting up
Making more vampires.
more vampires, more patrols around the city. More reasons for other people to want to destroy the city.
We're all just creating more things at this point, aren't we?
It's just one of those things that this city is such it's turning into
A ticking time bomb.
yeah, it is.
It's
It
like
is.
a fucking RTS game.
Eventually, someone's gonna cross over into someone else's territory, and they're not gonna like it. Nevertheless, okay. With that information, seventh house.
I mean, literally one house fucking takes a nosedive. and then all of a sudden everything just lights on fire. 12th house
Okay.
falls, and fuck.
Okay. I would like to go now to somewhere. Well, I guess
Over the rainbow?
over the rainbow. All right. Well, I guess. All right, Tenebris. Once you share this information with Falwyn, what are you doing? That's the thing I'm not so clear on.
Well, since the Mongol dog is quite far away right now, I would focus on creating more life in the meantime. I'm
More
making myself
dragons.
more dragons, yes.
More
Not only
dragons.
dragons, there's still other stuff like maybe a few golems or something, or maybe a few sons like fallen.
What was that?
Maybe a few sons like fallen squid.
Huh.
What was the first thing?
Golems.
Dragons.
Dragons, golems, then suns.
Oh, golems. That was the thing that I missed. Okay. Dragons, golems, and suns. Sounds like a weird sitcom.
This is just reminding me of how much effort Ike had to put into his first meat golem.
A wheat golem?
Meat golem.
Meat golem.
Meat golem.
He was
meat
he was
golem.
crafting flesh golems. He found a fresh golem manual.
Jesus Christ on a motorbike.
Yes. Flesh golems are insane in a lot of ways. Like their AC sucks, but they don't take damage unless it's a certain kind of damage. And then you can heal them with electricity, and it's just like, oh, goodness gracious. It's kind of, yeah, it's interesting. And then they like rage when they're under, and just start stomping on things. Okay, so Tenebris goes back to the tower, starts to go to sections of the tower and use the magic within the tower to begin some of these rituals to create more life.
I could also go outside the city and create more dragons out of big rocks. That would also work.
Okay. Well, luckily you only can cast this once every long rest.
Yes.
But
I get to do it twice as much as Ellis.
but nevertheless, um, okay. Then I think makes sense then with that to, maybe Falwyn might too want to include you with this idea. I don't know.
What's going on?
That's with Falwyn, but
Yeah,
not
maybe
well,
if only has different orders for them.
since he's returning to the tower. I imagine either through your own perceptions or acknowledgments you get through the tower system with his coming in and gathering resources and things like he's doing. There would Falwyn is in the middle of researching the tower and the spells within Orcafor's book, and how the book seems to be almost like a cipher or even a key that opens different rooms and things in the dimensional kind of gateways that make up this weird tower of the 11th house. Falwyn has found a mentioning in the book that he's investigated and researched that connects to some idea of cloning. You're not sure if it's exactly the clone spell, but it seems to be research, at least, that Orcafor was doing on the idea of cloning something. By what has happened, it's led you to this wall on one of the high levels, and there's no rhyme or reason to the levels in this tower, so you can't like put a number to them. Maybe it's like 42nd and 42.18 like level. Like it's really we would be numbered fucking so insanely to try to keep track of it all.
Hmm.
Maybe Fallen wants to do that. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Because it's less about knowledge of the clone spell and more like just getting additional resources that can make them. Because I do know it, but it's just a matter of the components. Which is why I was trying to harass the 5th and 9th house, but if it's in the tower, well, I can at least leave the 5th house alone. I still don't like Xantha. But
He still needs to die.
Yeah.
Suffer no rival spellcasters.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna bite on this. But also, if I, as part of exploration of the tower, eeny, meeny, miny, I choose Kelegorm Karantir to accompany me, in case there's something hidden within the features of the tower. What do their elven eyes see? As I also would explore the tower for these secrets.
And I would like to create some
I'm
of the
laughing at
jade
that. I'm
spices.
laughing at paladin butt worshippers. That let's just put in chat. Okay. Well, the door has like some sort of magical like cipher kind of thing on it. To open it, I would need an Arcana check for you. That's the first check for this evening. To see if you can open the door.
What
Based
sight
upon
denies me?
What
Okay.
the fuck?
First roll, first crit, baby!
the door doesn't open. I'm kidding.
You needed a 40.
You needed a 52. I'm sorry.
Damn
No, I'm
it.
joking.
Don't make inspiration now.
It's 53 inspiration.
Negative 58.
Okay. The door kind of it looks like a wood door that you would like turn on a latch, but once you activate the magic, it slides up like a piece of stone almost. And there's this light, firelight. It flickers as your eyes can first tell before you're able to focus in from just the change of the atmosphere. And you see a small room, maybe 15 by 15 to 20 by 20 foot wide, that has a campfire in the center. And the campfire begins to kind of speckle up into different flames. And you see in the four corners of the small room, and then right next to the campfire itself, these small fire braziers ignite, and then you start to see that there are some candles that little specks of sparks start to hit that are melted into the floor at certain spots. And in the center of the largest fire, a kind of smiley face starts to appear, and it speaks to you and says, "Welcome, new master. I'm excited to have you join us for the first time in your adventures through the tower. Are you ready?"
Curious. What entity are you? To which I have followed.
I am the tower.
Insight, Arcana, Nature. What check? What check?
Arcana. Sure.
Arcana.
Yeah, sure.
26.
He is an entity, maybe some sort of vestige or energy from the tower. Whether or not he's the tower itself is unsure. You would need more time to kind of figure that out. This is the first time you've seen this, so.
Dang. Huh.
Is Orcavor dead?
Unfortunately.
Oh, well, you gotta earn the tower's trust now. It's gonna take time indeed. But I can guide you. I can guide you. You can
It is
call me
imperative.
Eember. Eember. Eember.
But,
Eember. Yes.
well,
Yes.
it would be in the tower's best interest that we cooperate as soon as possible.
Oh, the tower
For,
only cooperates if you earn. No, you cannot demand.
for if the tower is wanting to be destroyed, and I'm not saying I will destroy it, but there are others that covet those that are bigger and greater than themselves, as this mighty tower is. Let us cooperate post haste for both of our sakes.
Okay. You
More like
must
persuading. That's not
choose.
threatening.
You must choose up, and the light kind of orients in some way to the right. Your right. And stairs are there all of a sudden, it seems. Or down. And he points to the left, and there's other stairs that seem to go down.
Uh, I will need more details. What does up
Mm,
entail?
no. That's the choice. Up or down.
Hmm. Don't you hate it when you don't get information,
Man,
so you
that's
can't make an informed decision? I guess let us ascend.
Okay. Bye.
this man.
And you step inside to walk towards the stairs, and on that first step, you are teleported back to another part of the tower you've been for before that's upstairs, but not in front of the door in any way like you were before. You get the impression you chose wrong.
I go
And
back.
when you go
Yeah.
back, the door is not there.
Have fun, motherfucker.
If you want to roll an investigation into Orcifor's spellbook, you could maybe figure out what just happened.
Roll an investigation to Orc spellbook.
Uh-huh.
Let us spend an inspiration and try again.
That is twice as good. Okay, well, you figure out, you find this little note on that page that's like something that got it like worn away a little bit by just use of the page. Uh, an old pen mark that basically says, you have oh, someone left. Oh, no. You have once if you fail the first choice, you have once a day, kind of thing. And you didn't know what the first choice meant until now, kind of thing. So you can't come back until you have a long rest, basically.
From this 30, are there any other hints towards tower access that Orc spellbook details? Now that I have a bit more context.
What are you looking for beyond
So it
this room?
seems, well, it's like, if it's talking about first test, there must be other things about other tests then, no? Or about Orc notes on the entity.
Oh, okay. The entity Ember is a not the tower themselves, but something that kind of is a symbiote to the tower. It seems that Orcafor may have taken control of, or maybe it's just something that worked with him. It's not quite clear. He doesn't answer that question in this text. But the idea that Ember helps him keep secrets away is quite obvious. And keeps things to where it has to be something that's a puzzle almost. Um, the first test is to gain its trust. Then there will be other tests that might be other rooms that Orcafor has used Ember to hide things that he has researched and whatnot. So those might become easier. You get the impression the more you kind of go through this process. It seems Ember doesn't trust you right now, so Ember's gonna play with you. It seems like he's a playful sprite of magic of some sort. Like you're not sure exactly what he is. Even Orcafor wasn't quite sure what he was.
Well, hmm. If, since I interacted with the entity, I will send to the creature a peculiar game. I hope we can engage in this again soon enough. I look forward to working together in the future. And
Well,
I'm going to. Oh, your response. Okay.
well, next time choose down. And you're not sure if you're supposed to actually choose down, by the way he says this. So.
Insight check? Should I insight check?
Sure. I'm gonna say it's a little higher DC than normal because you're inciting through sending. But
Intuition on voice, inflection. But, uh,
well, you hit the 20, so there you go. Because his insight normally wasn't gonna be that high. But yeah, he's probably playing with you. You know, you generally think that each time the choice is up or down, and it changes each time.
he makes up the rules as it goes.
Yep.
It's a sentient tower. What do you expect?
Well, if you're gonna play by
Yeah.
games and you're gonna change up the rules, things aren't gonna be consistent. But all right, we'll entertain this. Well,
You're a
that's my
Sith and you say that.
He is a
Alright.
chaotic neutral entity, to be sure.
Who says the game can't change its rules? That's part of the rules,
But
man.
you do get the impression from what you've read, I will say, that understanding that Ember has introduced himself and you're not just going to a room that looks like a closet shows that he's interested. Like Orgrafor hints to where it took him a long time to get to understand this about the tower when he first gained access to it. And you understand Orgrafor was not the first person. He did not create this tower.
Mhm.
So, the tower. There's enough information, I think, with your high number you rolled earlier that you would know that this tower has something to do with the fall of Hod's tower.
All the
It has
Damn it.
some sort of connection. But you'd think, now that you think about it, each of the 13 houses may have that as part of their architecture in some way, shape, or form. A lot of them do have towers, kind of things, and maybe that was like their foundation or something. But you generally get the impression that maybe you have the largest portion of it. And what little you know of this tower, you were alive when it was around, but what little you know of this tower, it was basically, it had the ability to craft dimensions at will and kind of send people to weird places as like a test. So, you know, Orcafor tamed something that probably would normally want to eat your soul.
Mhm.
He's
A
probably
wizard's
closer
tower.
to a demon.
A wizard's tower inhabited by dark gods or semblances.
You know, like what's left of like 0.1% of the dark god's like personality, you know?
Well, seems fitting. All right. Well, that was my day of interacting with this entity. Now on to other stuff. But we are gonna play this game again another day.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's jump for a moment then to I want to let's go to Omnu. Yeah, let's go to Omnu. And Amu's at Birdman's apartment.
Yeah.
And well, we're gonna say narrate that he's on his way to Birdman's apartment. Because as you start to come to the stairwell that leads up to this strange building that they've called home for a few years, you hear noise inside that hints to the only obvious conclusion that someone's rifling through someone else's shit. Is doesn't sound why would someone be tearing through this apartment at this point right now, kind of thing. And yeah, what do you do?
Damn. Even we had
Uh.
courtesy to just live in the place, not steal stuff.
We just kind of crashed for a bit and then left when we requested, even off his money.
Yeah, we even cleaned up.
Yeah. And then there's this asshole.
Okay, then
He's always been an asshole, so it's okay.
Doesn't make it okay, but okay.
I'm going to spend a wild shape charge to activate symbiotic entity and give myself 68 temporary hit points.
Goodness gracious. And you're immune to crits, it's just like, certainly.
That's fine. And instead of going to the door, I will crawl up to the window.
Which is open.
Yes, always open because it's
It's like I imagine like jammed open. I don't even know if it can close.
yeah.
By
Keeping
this
the
point.
legacy alive.
But Amu, I would like a survival check as you come to the window then. To see, and you can do it with advantage because your sense of smell is at play here.
Okay, that's a natty then.
Okay. You the best way to describe this, I think, would be I don't remember if Amu knows who Leandra is.
No, he does
Okay,
not.
you smell a Pumthera female nearby. She's hiding behind this wall. You're 90% sure. And she is probably was here. The window you generally get there's a scratch, like there's a recent scratch mark and footmarks to hint that maybe she jumped out the window when this other guy arrived. She doesn't seem to be aware of you, or if she is, she doesn't care that you're here, or doesn't recognize that you are by the window or whatnot, or she's generally like scared of you and is like, leave me alone. It's that part you're not sure of. The other thing you pick up on is this is not an Animaesus. You smell humanoid of some sort. And they're not a dwarf or a elf. You know that. Like they're like with the others things that you've kind of smelled recently, I think. So what do you do?
Okay, Almu is going to ignore the Poonthera and is going to crawl through the window, no stealthing, and is just going to locking eyes with the humanoid.
He does not see you come in. Your passive stealth is high enough to where he doesn't notice you come in the room. Unless you want to make a bunch of noise.
Not trying. It's not trying to essentially do that.
Yeah. He just got to finish rifling through some stuff, and he's trying to like pick this lock to go in that room.
To which Amu begins to say, who are you to rummage through the house of the deranged Birdman?
He says. And he turns to you and casts sleep on you, which takes no effect because you have too much HP. And he just sits there and he
if he casts sleep, I'm casting blight.
Okay. All right. You cast Blight, and then he's going to begin to cast some more angry spells. So roll initiative. As
More
I.
angry spells.
All right. That's the time. All right. So you get takes
Angry
half.
spells of the angry square.
And then I'll roll initiative.
It's like he cast first.
He did, but he can't sleep. Seeing that sleep didn't work, seeing that you just cast a really angry spell, he is going to, yeah, he will, uh, you don't, you don't see, and I need a DC 15 con save.
Okay. I am re-rolling that. That's bullshit. What?
Take one of
Oh.
mine. Take one of mine.
Okay. I am. Thank you.
I was
Fucking hell.
bad. So you're like for a second there, you're blinking and you're getting confused, and then there's like I imagine like part of your fungus like goes into your eyes and starts to like clean your eyes and let off little spores that allow you to kind of see through more. And he's like, oh fuck, fuck, fuck. He runs to the door.
I
He's going to
use
use his object interaction to open the door.
I use my
And
reaction because he started his turn near me to cast Halo Spores, and he has to make a con save against my 18. Fails, he takes 2 necrotic damage.
as he runs away, all right, he will open the door and he will get basically 2 more squares almost down the steps. Uh, um, yeah, what do you do?
I cast Feeble Mind and spend 1 inspiration for him to have a disadvantage.
Jeez.
Uh, he doesn't have that great of a wisdom, anyways.
It's intelligence, Seth.
Oh, it's intelligence. He doesn't have that great of an intelligence, anyways. All right. Roll the 4d6 psychic damage. Because he takes them, even if he fails or not. And then, ooh, that hurts. He, I want to say he stumbles down the stairs because he's in the process of running and kind of slips and falls prone. And he is going to, I don't know, what do I don't think I have a feeble mind today. Let me see if there's something close enough. That I will remember what it means when I look at it later. Um, just where's that one? There we go. I'm gonna really spiral thing. All right. Okay, that just means he can't do certain things. It doesn't necessarily mean we're out of initiative.
No.
Okay. He didn't open the door just yet. Is that your turn?
No, I'm going to walk up to here, and even though he's, int 1 now, say, all you had to do was answer a simple question. This didn't have to end as horribly as it's going to.
I don't think he says anything.
I don't think he
He's just
can.
he can't say like well like not even sounds are coming. He's just sitting there just like confused. For a second. Um okay. Uh he's going to um yeah, I don't think he would even remember that idea. I think he gets as far sanity save. Okay. He gets as far as understanding he's scared, I think, of you. And he will not even stand. He will kind of fumble down the steps away from you and then turn over and crawl to dash further away from you, blubbering along the way, and scared to be sure. You could take an opportunity attack if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'll slash him with my sunblade. Oh! Oh!
I mean, you're not going to get information out of him.
Who said I wanted
Phineas,
information?
It ruined his life. You might as well end it. Put him out of his misery.
Phineas, I knew thee well.
Who said I was here for
Uh,
information?
Oh, he did.
He
need to
had his
die.
chance. He had his fucking chance.
Well,
Oh, that too should not be. Are you two-handing it or one-handing it?
One hand. Well, I have both hands available, so I can two-hand it. That's fine.
okay.
And then get that DA would be a D10, and then that crit would be a 10.
Well,
for
it
the
brings
two.
him. It brings him to 0 HP, anyways. To be sure.
Forgot to that shit up.
All right, so it's really more like he's at the bottom of the stairs. I'm gonna say he doesn't even get a chance to dash before you like cut him in the back, and he just stops moving and just like face down on the stairs. Part of his face starts to slump into the dirt at the bottom of the stairs. His feet kind of dangling towards you. A last little like. If he doesn't get any assistance, he will probably bleed out. Do you do anything about that, Amu, or do I roll death saves for this named character?
Amu
I'm just gonna finish him
whispers-
off. Just
Yeah, Amu just says, "Hmm. In life, there must come death, for without death, there can be no more life." And yeah, just, free auto crit with the Sunblade.
Okay. And such was the end of Phineas Shadowblossom.
he never knew ye.
You guys dealt with him a little bit, and he was hunting for Birdman, so you kind of accidentally solved an issue for Birdman. It's kind of funny. But
Come in there, killing a story club.
And
but
then
that I did. Okay, no, well, that's let's take out of this shit. I need to. Okay.
Amma will begin rummaging. Actually, no, he's not even gonna rummage. He's just gonna fucking take off all of his shit and take it back into the apartment and is going to throw it in the first room he can open.
Okay. My roll 20 was having a brain fart. Okay. Around the time that that's happening, a noise you hear from the open window. And in the windowsill, when you turn around, you see a little fox man kind of somewhat angrily staring at you. And he looks down at the fallen halfling and the shit. Well, I guess the shit, his shit, not even the halfling.
Yeah.
And
The halfling body is just on the stairs. I'm not moving.
Yeah,
back.
he probably like you can see him kind of arc sort of out the window to kind of see the body, and he kind of nods and he's just like, "I do not know who you are, but a friend to Birdman I hope you be."
Who is he? Must I know him?
I am Amaru, druid of the Circle of Spores, and I friend to Birdman is a strange thing, as I find his mental state more of a worrisome thing that I see partially to essentially.
You get used to it.
I find that troubling, but understandable. And I think that
I
kind of
came.
scares me.
I tend not to worry about the mental state of others. But I came here to wait for Birdman, hoping he would eventually return. As I helped his niece with some of her druidic training some months past. You do not know where he is, do you?
Last I remember, he. It's been some days since I've seen him, so I am quite unaware of his whereabouts.
Well, then I will continue to wait if it is all the same to you.
By all means, you seem far more reasonable than the gnome who didn't even want to engage in any discourse and would rather
Racist.
run like a absolute
I
bitch.
care. I gave him his space. I did not see the concern. I'm not sure he was even sure what he was looking for. Nevertheless, it is. He kind of gives you a look that suggests he's not sure he would have handled the situation the same way, but he kind of shrugs it off and, I will get the fire started. He goes to the stove.
What circle do you hail from then, if I might ask?
He produces flame in his hand and gets a couple pieces of kindling and starts to get a fire going. I hail to no specific circle. I traveled my own path. I am a gatekeeper to the fae that have been tempered here.
Ah, I see. I haven't met many druids at all outside of my own circle, so to meet one who lays no claim to one is interesting, to say the least.
You sacrifice an understanding of magic for a deeper connection to the ability to communicate with others. And no restrictions on their ability to assume their form. It is not something that is easy to accomplish. I lost how many years I've spent in the forest or in the caves beneath this city, trying to understand a different path than that of the Underdark or that of the Spore, or even that of the Moon. There is something else here. An older, force.
I see. As far as other orders go, I know not their limitations or restrictions. The Circle of Spores is perhaps more lenient on such things as death and life are both one process to follow after another, so to exercise them is but the natural way of life itself. Although our powers don't grant us the most range of potential, so I can definitely see what you are alluding to there.
It has been a while since I've talked with another druid. Or one of a similar understanding of.
Hello?
Did Seth cut out? Seth, are you there?
God, you're muted.
A long ponder.
I
A very, very long ponder.
Way too long. When God needs to think, you know you're fucked.
No, it's just the character. The character's just, he wants to take a very dramatic pulse. Like, oh,
Seth, if you're speaking, we cannot
Internet
hear you.
Dio?
Maybe.
What? Going to use a sending spell on you?
Kami-san? Local,
Walk with walk?
well, here we
Oh.
are.
Oh.
In a very strange place. Where we don't know what the fuck to even say.
Oh, I'm here. I just have to stay muted because I need to yell at my bank.
That's fair, but God kind of just died. Oh, he lost connection.
Yeah, can you hear that?
God is.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I heard
God
that.
is dead and we killed him.
I'm on hold, and oh baby, when I get off hold, they're gonna get a piece of my fucking mind.
Yeah, we need to record.
Do you understand how many potato chips I've eaten in the time I've been on
I'm
hold?
so pissed off.
Motherfucker.
Oh, God is back online. Let's see what
I'm
happens.
so mad. I'm considering putting my personal problems out here on recording to the internet. That's how fucking pissed off I am.
Do it. Share it with us.
Yes, I told
Just us do
you
it.
my 30 body pillow order is an actual order I wanted to put through.
It just had to fucking do. I paid a bill early, and then they took it out of my account, and then 2 days later they put it back into my account, and then never charged me for that bill. So I've been spending money that I don't have.
Fucking hell.
I've been putting money back in from my savings account to like make sure, but they never took this fucking money out until literally today.
Mm.
And now it's like, oh, you're overdrafted because you spent a bunch of money. Like, I didn't have that money to spend, so you shouldn't have given it to me.
You motherfuckers.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. I'm attempting to bring Roll20 back up.
Don't worry, we're just going
Oh.
to assume that little goremonger is just thinking, having a long dramatic pause.
He's old, so. I think I was saying that he was hungry, and he pulls out a rabbit carcass from his bag that he has slung on his back, and he's goes into the process to kind of skin it and put it on the fire, and insinuates with his actions like, if you want some, he will give you some. Like, you generally get the impression that's just like druid life, kind of thing. Like, nevertheless, he begins to cook the rabbit, And your passive insight is what?
Passive insight would be 20.
Okay. You definitely pick up on something. He's trying very hard to act like he's calm. He's not exactly calm. He's wants to talk to Birdman rather urgently and is only patient because he is as old as he is. Like this is one of those things you generally get the impression if he was a lot younger, he'd be freaking out almost right now. He fumbles through things. The fire burns him once or twice. He seems distracted. He looks over his shoulder a few times, like keeps looking out the window, expecting something to come in the window. It seems like he's nervous.
Amu will say, be back in a bit of a moment. And he's going to flitter out the window and go to behind this wall to see if that boom there is still there or not.
She is not.
19 is survival to see if I can track her? Question mark?
Okay. She went away from the area and like moved to the east of here. I think. Like as soon as you were inside and everything was calm, or while you were killing the guy, she probably ran away.
Unfortunate. He's going to then. What? Should be able to. No, can't. Looking something up. That's the word. Giant eagle that I was looking for. Is advantage on perception checks. Yes, challenge of 1. Passive perception of 14 plus 4 to perception. Okay. My perception is.
If your mental stats are used,
So my
yeah.
wisdom would be used then. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Amagu's going to.
And I think if Wild Shape says if the thing you shape in is also proficient in what you're proficient in, you can use your proficiency bonus. I think.
I'm not certain. Of course I didn't put Wild Shape up. Of course I didn't. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Gross. Get that out of here. No one. That's the gross one. I don't like that one. There we go. Okay.
The gross one.
Yeah, it's like the first thing of the fucking compendium that just looks weird that I don't like. You can transfer to any beast. While you transform, you gain are replaced by the 6 as a beast, but you retain your alignment, personality, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Also retain all of your skills in addition to gaining those of the creature. The creature has the same proficiency as you, and the bonus in its stat block is higher than yours. Use creature's bonus instead of yours. So yeah, it's used theirs instead of yours if their stuff is higher, but mine is higher. So
there you go.
Okay, yeah, he's going to go climb through the window, and he's going to say, I will get an aerial view and perhaps find him that way. He might be out wandering the streets, and perhaps ingesting something he should not be ingesting. So here's hoping for that. And he will jump out the window and will wild shape into a giant eagle to fly around the city to look for the man of bird.
Look for the man of bird. The man of bird is
Mm,
in the process of.
okay, I spent an
He's in the.
inspiration.
Okay. Well, the man of bird is in beast ground. Um, probably leaving the Xantha, going to the Via. Yes, yes, yes. 28.
Brandon, stop arguing with the bank real quick.
One, two. Yes. Well, I was gonna use this opportunity to transition to that, but bank arguing takes time sometimes. So, Birdman, rude indeed. So you're going to. It's probably fly over this way, and you probably. Oh, you're not on the map I'm on. Haha.
Nope.
So. Yeah, there you go. Amu probably takes off, goes up through the alley, gets higher up as he goes down the main street here, passes by Musello's, turns a hard left so you can go through the open gate here, and then starting to pass by Xantha's is probably seeing like the back of Birdman as Birdman's like turning into the street that goes to the eighth house. Kind of stuff. Brandon, are you here? If you start arguing with Bank, it's okay. I'm just asking. Then argue with the bank. I'm going to go take a quick potty break.
Brandon said
At
some
this
choice ones.
at this point, and then we will. If I come back when I come back, hopefully Brandon's here. If not, then we'll go to the Wizards
Hmm.
and touch base with the Wizards for a few moments, and then we'll jump back to Amu and see what's going on with that. And we're getting to kind of the point where I guess we could say like most of the next day has kind of gone by, I think. Kind of. We're like getting into the third official day, I think, in some ways. Time is weird sometimes. I'm just gonna be honest.
Time is
And
convoluted in the City of Soul.
time is convoluted, to be sure. I've tried desperately to keep it straight, and I even get confused. So,
So we have 2 campaigns in one. So what are we expecting?
well, it's more like 6 campaigns in one because you guys keep on splitting off in these other adventures. It's just
Very
like,
true.
okay. But nevertheless, I want to jump to kind of the next day once we finish Birdman's thing, because I kind of see that happening in an evening sort of setting. And then do some stuff with Eber.
Uh,
I would like to be present for that, so I can compare the cloning capabilities of the tower with my own cloning spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys unlock it.
Yeah, because like my cloning spell was established to not be quite perfected, so maybe we can learn something here.
Indeed.
well, I was
yeah.
gonna say because like we only did part of the day. I'm assuming if we're gonna jump into the next day, or is it the same like this? Well, actually, we're technically on day 2. We're entering day 3. Is what you're trying to say, Seth?
Yeah, this is like
Okay.
I imagine when you dealt with Eber was like after you created your third son, kind of thing.
Hmm.
That
Okay.
we created last time. So My computer go away. All right. I'm gonna go take a quick body break, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll jump in with more some of that stuff. And hopefully Brandon will be done arguing with Bank by then. If not, I understand. I've been in there. I've been there. Nevertheless, I'll be back.
I swear, it's always our fault too when the fucking campaign splits off into two different groups every fucking time. But it makes narrative sense when it happens. We just can't fucking help it. First, it was Dragon Riders, which is the only reason Horde exists, is because we fucking split the party by having one of the characters go off with one of the potential big bads. Almost changed her entire fucking life, but no. Fucking one of Water's characters had to ruin it. Oh, fuck. And then this campaign, it just seemed like the Eris thing to do, to leave the city. But some people wanted to stay. But
Meanwhile, Setch sees what? I'm curious.
sees darkness. Probably back home, having a smoke. Having some coffee after destroying another ballista.
I imagine probably destroyed all of them because because
You
of
can do it
meta magic and
twice.
whatnot.
You can do it twice. Or was it 3 times? It's either 2 or
Well,
3 times, so it would take
He
him
has
3
enough.
days.
Pretty much has enough levels for 4 disintegrates.
But he also casts
But then
invisibility as well.
yeah, but invisibility is a 2nd level spell, unless he's doing greater invisibility, which is a 4th level spell, and
No,
he can do 3 of those.
no,
Because
he's
that's the
using
level where he can
normal.
burn a 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Oh, he's using normal? Oh, well,
Yeah.
he can do. Well, if he's using invisibility, then blasting, and then revealing himself, and then doing invisibility again, well, he's got
Yeah.
pretty much 9 of those. Just depends on how he's using his sorcery points to make new spell slots for stuff. And I think he was spending inspiration to make a higher spell slot in order to get more disintegrates out of it. But case in all, if 2 days go by and he was doing what he was doing, that's easily 8 binds that he could destroy. Or unless he has to double tap it, then that's 4 binds.
For
A day.
ballista. Not binds. Very different scenario
Oh, I thought
if he destroys the
the
binds.
Sorry. Well, I meant. Well,
Yeah,
you know what I meant.
yeah. It's like, wait, he's destroying the binds. Oh god, we have bigger
Oh
issues.
shit! We need all the Dolphins right now.
Well, in order to destroy the binds, he's got to kill some binder lords, and he has some binder lords to pick. Some are easier than others.
I mean, there's a frog that's just right for the taking.
There's a frog. There's a halfling. What else? There's, it would be thematic if he goes after Pio because he always said he always wanted to kill Pio if he ever got the chance.
Yeah, it would be. Hey, I'm down for the possibility of that encounter happening. Although, yeah, I'm being very liberal with Amu's fucking spell slots, but it's more fun to be more liberal with your spell slots, rather than having to but wait, what if I could use this later? No, I cast Feeble Mind. I don't care. Make him dumb. Make him stupid. Make him retarded. I don't.
I
give a
love
fuck.
this recent trend of making people retarded.
Come on. I'm just casting Feeble Mind because I feel like. I mean, yours was a lot better as a tactical point of view. Mine was just a complete fuck you. I don't care. This is spite. Like, bro, I was just trying to talk, and you fucking try to put me to sleep? Nah, dude. Nah, dude. Blight and Feeble Mind. How dare you?
I'll put your skin to permanent sleep. I'll put your brain to sleep, and now I'll put your life to sleep.
Right. You fucked
Who's
the
that?
wrong weasel.
I'm
Who's
back.
dying?
US Bank got lucky.
Oh, the what the fuck? The gnome. The gnome fucked with the
Well,
wrong druid.
halfling.
Yeah,
Halfling,
yeah,
gnome,
okay,
whatever.
okay.
He's dead now. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah. All right, and then yeah, Gormonger shows up. He's looking for Birdman. So Amu elects to go giant eagle form and search for Birdman.
Speaking of Birdman, Birdman's back from yelling at the bank. I apologize.
It's all good. So
So
Amu, how do you want to handle this? Because you see Birdman like about to turn the corner into the 8th house district. What do you do?
Almu,
Do you follow him? Do you
Yeah.
grab him and fly him away? Do you
Almu just
dialect
flies.
for the second one? This one.
He flies
Uh,
over the rooftops and just jumps out of his wild shape to land in front of Birdman.
Is this like public?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's now behind an alleyway. It's now in an alleyway. but yes.
Okay. Okay. Fly down, change low enough so you don't hurt yourself, I imagine.
Yeah.
And land in front of Birdman. There are people around, to be sure, not like an insane amount of people right now. Because there's still reconstruction and exodus and vampires going on. But nevertheless, what?
Vampires?
So Birdman, a weasel lands in front of you. What do you do?
Birdman, I have found you.
Yeah, you got me. It's a funny game of. This is a funny game of tag we're playing. Am I it now?
Well, there was a gnome or a halfling in your apartment trying to steal your things, so I killed him.
Phineas.
I killed him.
It's like, I think he just like squints and looks like Phineas.
Birdman and Amu both get 2 inspiration points.
Oh god. I just squint. Because I just got done talking to Xantha about how he was looking for me too. Phineas. Where said I have to beat his ass.
And so I killed him because he refused to talk and he tried casting
you
magic
killed
on
him?
me. Yes, his body is now laying at the foot of your steps. And
Fuck! Fuck!
You know that might not be for long, because eventually maybe an Umber Hulk might come out of that hole nearby and give a snack. It's okay.
We're ran to the street like, fuck! I wanted to do that. That's okay.
but then a druid who is interestingly not of any circle arrived and said he was looking for you. He said that he trained a niece of yours in druidic arts.
Warmonger. He squints and just like.
I just imagine the camera just goes to your eyes each time you say this, just squinting.
Warmonger.
So he seemed.
What does he want?
I'm not sure.
He's the he's the reason my one niece is dead. Well, kind of.
That
He kind of ditched them.
I'm how
What do you say
unfortunate
to
for
that?
you.
Wait, which niece? He helped because I don't.
Well, you know,
He helped Althea with niece training.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I most specifically said the one trained in druidic ways, so that would be
Okay.
Althea.
Yeah, so he said he's a scoremonger. The squint, yeah.
He seemed on the verge of being very impatient, if not for his age. He's currently eating some rabbit out of your stove. So
sick.
I know not what takes your time, but if that is imperative, then by all means, If not, we could both make our way over.
I kind of have a appointment.
That is a fair thing.
In the
I
distance,
can.
you hear dogs barking and yowling and howling,
Jesus fucking
and
Christ.
what you presume to be the giant mansion building, whatever that Veer lives in.
I kind of have an appointment.
I
It just turns around like, oh god. Like,
It's multiple dogs, not just one.
yeah. Um.
That is fair. I will not keep you. Instead, I will go back to your apartment to continue discussing druidic things from a interesting perspective. Something about
Right.
ancient magics unbeknownst to others of circles due to the limitations and restrictions placed upon them.
Goremonger.
Is there a history of bad blood between the two of you?
No, he just always like would talk in really weird, cryptic, like he's just an old man. He just like talks like an old man, you know?
I, I guess it seems
No, he's
normal to
always
me.
he's always saying things like you'll find out what you're doing in time, or like your niece is very talented, stuff like that. He's always saying shit like that. I don't really quite understand like what he's talking about.
Amu
But it's
just blinks at him like this is just what my arc druid said to me during training. I don't well, less of the niece thing, but this is just
he always says things like we're always cutting noodles vertically, like dumb shit. You know, shit that just makes no sense at all. shit that just makes zero sense
if you cut the noodles
all the
vertically, though,
time.
you have more strands to utilize.
What?
It's more strands that you can utilize.
Like, what?
Plus, it takes less cooking time when they're cut vertically, as the
What are
heat
you?
permeates the noodles faster.
Almo, if you don't stop talking, you're also gonna get a squint and a
Oh, move.
I,
Anyway, I
I,
have to go talk to Veer. I can meet you back at my apartment. Are you at my? Wait, you killed a man in my apartment?
I figured it was something that you would even do.
Yeah, I would have done it, but that's reserved for me.
Fair, I killed him outside your doorstep. So if
Oh,
that's,
okay, never mind. It's cool. It's all fair game out there. These streets is wildin'.
I also, why are there holes outside your apartment the size of?
Oh, I'll get to that when I throw Phineas's body in there. You might hear some really agonizing screams. Look, we'll talk about that later. Okay? I have a very important meeting that I have to go to, and I don't even think I'm gonna survive. So we'll see. But the last one went pretty good. So if you don't see me, my last dying wish is that you throw Phineas's body into the Umberhulk hole.
That's too old.
Anyway, on that note, I'll see you later. And he walks away. I think.
Umber.
Um,
Oh, I see. Well, hmm. Okay.
You get to keep.
when before we transition to Birdman going inside to Veer's domicile, the only thing I want to describe before we transition is when Amu returns to the apartment. Phineas would have a limb missing. So
That's not
this
four.
Someone's hungry, guys. Someone's hungry. So,
Well, he said to
Did he
throw
also
it.
cannibalize?
He said to throw it into
No, he
the
probably just
umber
got it on.
hole.
you shove the rest of the body in the bowl.
Wait, no, don't do it until no.
Well, no, okay, no, he would if you said don't do it, then he wouldn't have done it. That's
Don't do it
that's
till I
lust.
get home.
Yeah, that's lust not remembering what you just said.
I think Birdman does say if you don't see me in 6 hours, then you could throw it in the hole. But he would definitely be like, I want to do it.
No, no, he's just gonna leave the body there. He doesn't care. He's just gonna go back in the apartment and say to Goremonger, I found him. He has a
Just roasting
meeting.
an arm in my stove.
I don't think he is. He had a rabbit, so
He ate that shit already, bro. He got hungry again.
Yeah.
so
He's just like cooking a hand like on
No,
steak.
it wasn't him. I'll be honest. It wasn't. It was one of Birdman's neighbors.
Oh God,
so
Jerry.
he said that he was going to be at a meeting and that if he's not back in 6 hours to throw the one known as Phineas into the Umber Hulk hole. There are Umber Hulks underneath this city?
Yes, a good number.
This city, more and more I understand why this city might need to be destroyed.
They're actually quite reasonable once you feed them.
I love him. Yes.
Ah, like the ravenous hive mind shrooms of the swamp. As long as you maintain their food supply, they won't spread as much. Yes, that makes sense.
I never thought about it that way.
As long as you give them a body or two to take over, the Myconids don't care.
Oh,
Um,
trust there are many different factions of fungi within the swamps, all fighting for different territories. Part of my duties are to make sure that it doesn't spill out into all-out war. It would be quite costly to the ecosystem. Too much change, I would say.
Birdman begins to hear piano and other music start to be played to distract who's ever part of Veer's entertainment for tonight. There is an uproar of clapping that begins, barking and howling soon thereafter. Birdman, do you go inside?
Yes. I knock on the door first.
You are greeted by a few hounds that sniff you up and down, and you start to hear a voice singing from deep within some opera in a language you don't know. And they check you over, basically take your weapons and allow you to kind of go in. And you more and more you walk in, this is like a theater. You just
Wait, do they take my bag of copper and my bong?
no.
Then they don't take all of my weapons. We're good. Fantastic.
I should forget the purple. No, take the rip.
You begin to pass through a couple halls, go up a steps, and then go into this large theater that you don't quite expect based upon how it looks outside. And you immediately are drawn to the guy belting on stage, and you see it is Veer singing in this language you don't understand, passionately and wholeheartedly. And there's an audience of like nearly every chair is filled. I didn't put everyone in every chair, but nearly every chair is filled. watching this
Why are the
performance.
Karens
Here.
here?
Um,
I is the bulldog and opera singer.
and as you start to walk in, you see first to your right an image of something as someone
Ah!
stands and turns to you, and then it disappears.
Yo!
And you walk in, and you're like confused, and you stop, and you like turn around and try to get your bearings, and then up above, you see another one just kind of rise
What
and
the
appear,
fuck?
and it's just a different person sitting down, and you're confused, and
Yo!
you hear him continue to sing, and everyone's just like in awe, and someone's telling you, sit down, damn it. I need you to roll an investigation check to find a seat.
Find a seat.
Well, there's definitely
Fuck.
one available up here.
Oh.
And that seems like a private
And-
booth.
Yeah.
As you roll a 19, you notice the Karen up there, and you see Karen with an E who you met earlier rises and sees you and gives you this cute little wave, like, "Hi, I'm glad you're here," basically, you think is what she's saying. And everyone's like, oh my god, sit down, damn it. And you go and like rush over to a seat really quickly and find a seat
Whoa.
over on the right. And he's like in his full song, just ah, and everyone is just like starting to clap and like cheer. And
Is there like a play? Like a billfold, like a playfold, like in like a front pocket of like another thing? I'm just like, are people holding like
you look over to the
thing with
shoulder
lyrics
to
on it?
you look over to the shoulder of the human woman to your right in this gorgeous like white gown, and she notices you're confused and just kind of hands it to you and like
Yeah.
kind of waves you off like whatever, and you look at
I
it
just
and
take it from her. Like, I don't even ask
yeah,
for it. I just like,
there's like a whole night of performance, and Veer is like the lead in most of the songs, and he is giving his all to it. And like Dayaline, this other bard's up there playing and orchestrating the music. She finished with that song on the piano, so then she runs back down and gets the rest of the orchestra ready. They start to set up different
oh my
instruments and
god.
things for the next song and whatnot. And at this point, while the transition's happening, you see Veer lock eyes with you.
Oh god.
What
Like, you
the
eventually
fuck?
lock
Dude,
eyes
I
with
like
him.
I like look up for my
just gives
playful
you-
like
he just gives you this look like enjoy kind of thing.
Bro.
I need you to roll a sanity save.
yeah,
Holy
dude.
shit.
What the fuck is going on?
And I need you
Dude.
okay. Now that you passed your sanity save, I need you to roll whatever save you think makes sense for your patience level.
Constitution?
Constitution. Yeah.
Peacefully prostitutes.
Oh no.
Okay, he's a badass performer, man. Like, he's a badass performer, but a big part of this, I'm gonna roll a performance check over him too, but
like I fall asleep.
a big part of this check, you can see a big part of this is like him just aggrandizing his position to his followers, and he's invited a couple people into there, and you are antsy, itchy, like, oh my god, what the hell is this? You invited me to a private meeting, and there's like 300 people watching.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, what the fuck?
Welcome to the 8th house, guys. All right.
Like, yo.
I was like, how best to introduce the 8th house to you?
My bad. I just walk into this fucking performance of Hamilton. Like, what the fuck am I watching? I just walked into Carmen.
You do notice in your impatience something that maybe you wouldn't have noticed if you were actually enthralled by the performance. Like, he's good, but your impatience is making you look around, see the different people are here, and whenever you look above your shoulder, Karen is like waves at you. Just like, hi, like, and it's really awkward, and everyone sees it, and everyone's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Look at my
Like,
face,
Karen's dating someone. Oh my god, Birdman, like, rumors are spreading.
What is happening?
And then you do see over here in the left, eventually, I forgot to move them down. Eventually you see, I don't know, Birdman would probably know who. Yeah, you're Birdman. You probably know who most of these people are. You would see the 7th house seeker
Oh, that's the
named
guy.
Chiabo comes into the room and goes to the front row here where you finally recognize Masinifex is
What
enjoying the
What the fuck?
performance. And you just obviously didn't get the memo because you were so involved. And then you like read at the front and finally turn the pamphlet over. And this is like Veer saying goodbye to the people that died in the Stagecourts. He did an impromptu performance and brought people together to kind of like, have one of those celebrity like, hey, goodbye to the people we love sort of thing going on.
What the
Um,
fuck? This Live Aid? What is this?
And I didn't get an invitation. What
What
is
the
it?
No,
fuck?
you did not get an invitation.
Man is just
Kind
flexing
of
out
thing.
here.
He didn't give it to Killian or Farwin or Birdman, who actually helped to save Veer. Farwin
Oh
mostly
no,
helping
I
save.
got one.
Oh, he
Well,
Apparently
you got an
I got
invitation for a
one.
for a meeting. Not
Yeah, that's
Oh,
But
enough.
it was a roundabout invite to Birdman. It was. And then so you see
I wondered why they had a ticket
is paying
in the
attention.
fucking
No one
envelope.
else is paying attention to this over at the right, but Masinifex is not happy by what he hears. It's very obvious by his body language.
Shit, Masinifex hates it.
And Masinifex is kind of angry too by he obviously loves this kind of shit. Like this is like Veer is one of his favorite bards in the city. Like he's upset by that too. But there's another layer of pissed off that's there that you're not sure what's it about. And Masinifex kind of waves Chiabo off, and Chiabo kind of goes off to the side to obviously wait for the performance to be done. And it's obviously Chiabo does not think that's a good idea to like wait on this thing. So, but Masinifex doesn't seem to care, and Veer finishes his song and goes to the next song, and there's just the people are lost for a few moments. As you continue to watch, you do notice that Mel's representative, Marshwalker, is in the front row.
Oh my god.
He needs to die.
He's
Ugly
totally
frog.
there.
If I could out of respect for the performance, I will not John Cena scissor kick him across the room.
Okay. Well, your antsiness is definitely noticed by people around you, and it is making some others nervous as much as you're kind of looking around and whatnot. The performance,
weird ass bird shadows in the fucking crowd.
yeah.
Man.
It's so much toes that eventually, like, a couple guys, dogs come over and is like, "So, do you need a more private seat? Can we escort you to the restroom?" The smaller one says.
The restroom. Yeah, man, sure. Like, I can't hear the performance from the restroom, right? I don't have to piss.
Hey, don't worry, it'll be a private restroom. You get your own view of the performance.
Try to kill me.
The big guy just shakes his head. The little dog just like, I don't make those decisions. And you definitely gets the impression Veer is the one who makes those decisions. Your passive insight picks up on the idea that maybe they're taking you backstage.
Okay. Yes. I look at all these nice fancy people. I was not informed that there would be a performance.
The little dog chuckles like a wicked chihuahua at that.
A little like confused. I'm not wearing the proper attire.
Yeah. You're making people. Come on, the big bulldog guy kind of.
Yeah.
Pitbull guy kind of is like, okay. They lead you down the hall here to go to the side, and
we
you
passed
go
the
to
front
the
row. That frog motherfucker. He gets a. I'm watching you. Look for sure.
He shrinks in his chair. Tries to kind of hide himself as best as his chair. Veer gets to another big crescendo moment. There's lots of claps as you go behind stage. And you know from your pamphlet. I can't think of the word program. He has like two
Yes,
more
the
songs.
program.
He has like two more songs to go, so you're gonna wait probably another 20, 30 more minutes. Is there anything you want to do in the meantime of waiting? They lead
I
you. They lead
mean,
you basically to his dressing room and like don't lock you in there, but leave you in there by yourself.
oh my god, if that is a terrible idea, I guarantee you that's a horrendous idea. If they leave me in the dressing room, there will be all kinds of different shit put on me by the time he comes in. Like I'm stacking hats. I'm like putting on like fancy clothes. Like different, like I have like a bunch of vests on for no reason. I don't know how many belts he has,
I
but I
would
put a
like
belt
you
on
to
every one of
roll
my.
a perception check at disadvantage, please, because
Oh
you're
my
putting
god.
all this shit
Lovely
on,
dog.
so you may not notice this, but that's okay.
Like, ooh, this one
Oh,
makes me
that's
look.
well, you do have a plus 15, so never
This one makes
mind.
my butt look big. Just like wearing like fluffy pants,
You're looking at your butt looking big in the
puffy
mirror,
shirts and shit.
and the mirror moves.
Wait,
You
what the
move
fuck?
in the mirror, and there's a little bit of like whatever you're wearing, like cloak or whatnot. It seems like it like floats behind you as you shift scared, and then when you look back again, it's not there, and there's just like in the mirror, not next to you, there's a little feather that falls in there. Black feather.
What the fuck is going on?
So much.
I pick it up. Just
In the mirror, you can pick it up, but in the not, you can't. When you look at your hand outside the mirror in the real world, it's
oh
nothing's there.
hell no! It's like I
Punch
just
the
like pick up
mirror.
a pen off the table, but in the mirror it looks like a feather. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Wait, so then he's just gonna come into like a smoke-filled room, me with all of his clothes on, staring at the mirror like, bro.
With your bong in your other hand. Come on.
Yeah, just gonna be like, bro.
So yeah, like 20 minutes
God.
later, there's some grandiose claps. He's finished like saying goodbye to people. He comes in and he starts to take off part of his costume cloak thing that he was wearing, and he takes a side look at you and is just kind of smiles and chuckles. You want a drink?
Yeah, sure.
He kind of
Does this cloak
sneers.
make my butt look big?
Yes. He
Wow.
kind of goes towards the
He
drink.
just like throws it off. Fuck. Like,
I did not expect you to arrive so soon.
oh yeah, I kind of cleared up some shit with another meeting, so it was cool.
I'm glad you came tonight. Did you enjoy performance? He is rolling an active insight check to your answer.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Good, good. He slaps you on the shoulder and like shakes your hand at the same time. You come again. We have performance in winter at change of season, and I want you to be on front row.
Do you guys do the Nutcracker? Like,
He cocks his head confused at what you mean.
Nutcracker is definitely something that is referring to arrows.
do you guys do the Nutcracker?
One of Eros's Christmas performances.
I
It's
could,
not
dude.
what you think it
Eros
means,
has
guys.
Eros has definitely done a dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy for sure. Right, I've definitely seen Eros do a dance of the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
If I may, I think another reason why Birdman is like so uncomfortable with the whole opera thing is because Eros is definitely more of a club vibe with her music. So her music is very audience engaged and not just sit in your chair and admire. It's very shake your ass, get high, get drunk, let's fucking party till the sun rises.
Sure. We do rock music, we do rap music, we do all kinds of stuff. Not opera. Opera's weird. Like
If I can't get naked and shake my ass to it, it's not real.
Okay. Well, here he hands you a drink. You're not sure what it is.
Oh god, I drink it.
Of course.
What? Is it poison?
It's probably made from something from his people. You're not sure what it is,
Oh, that's
and
good.
it's like a moonshine, basically what you're drinking
Oh my god.
in the simplest terms. And it hits you. It's very fruity.
Oh.
But it has this like subtle like bacon taste to it. You're not sure why.
Fruity bacon moonshine. What the fuck are you drinking?
That sounds awesome.
They want 10 of those.
Sinus, dog folk, man, they're weird. Come on, Snoopiest doggiest.
Yeah, I just like
Just
look at this
say.
like, oh my
10 of those.
god.
And you made 10 gallons of those.
And I
Was
wrote
it-
some more lore about the Sinus, and some of their hated demons are, the Vacuum, the Mop,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Blinder,
Of course.
the Remote.
The
I
Male
don't know,
Moon,
do they happen to be cat demons?
the Mal Moon.
Yeah.
Vacuum. The
Awful.
Vacuum, the Lord of
I'm
Suck.
gonna make them one day, and they're gonna be like CR crazy, and it's like every. I was thinking like when the Sinus face them, they like immediately suffer the frightened condition.
Wait.
It's like,
Is
Vacuum
Snoopy
is
a
crazy.
demon?
No,
Snoopy's dog is not a demon; he's a fae.
Vacuum, the
He's a
demon
fake.
of
Okay.
Suck.
obviously.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
he's a fae. Nevertheless, okay. You have a
Vacuum, the
drink in
demon
your
of Suck.
hand. He sits across from you, in this very like debonair, like old, like actor, like style where he crosses his legs and sits back with his shoulder up, and he is in the process of just kind of enjoying looking at himself in the mirror for a second before he looks at you and, well, you wanted to meet.
Yeah. Is there anybody else in this room? Or is it just him and I?
He looks around at you, waiting to see you. Look around too. There's just him. Like, the door is open right now, so one of you would have to get up to close the door.
I'm gonna put this in some terms that you may not like, but I am in the running for a specific trial. The trial of the oath. You may have heard about it. And I kind of need all of the Binder Lords to sign off on the okay to pardon me of all my crimes that I didn't do at all.
You have an impatience and insincerity, I think, to the plight of the Stagecourts. He takes a drink.
That's well, no. I'm a little. I mean, I'm just as upset as you are about the Stagecourts exploding.
So we cannot wait for the judges to decide your fate.
Well, the judges could decide my fate, but that's why I'm here talking to you. I presented this to a couple of people. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about the trial and about getting your name on this piece of paper to absolve me of everything that I have nothing to do with. So, in the interest of time, I will give you this piece of paper, and I will relay onto you some information that I have about the certain thing, hopefully to gain your good graces and to absolve and to fix this trial.
The trial. You are a good lawyer. You understand that we would be to decide as the only judge remaining. Most would consider. He smiles. He like holds open his hand to like give him the paper.
I give it to him. This is
He
like,
takes it and he looks around for like a pen. Can't find one.
I have one in my
Takes a
hand
little.
because I was holding it up to the beer.
Oh.
I give it to him.
He was like about to grab like a makeup brush and then he takes the pen from you and he signs very vigorously his signature.
That's good. That's not what I was expecting from you, to be honest. A lot of surprises today. A lot of surprises today.
You are a
Is it
better
beer?
worth to the city, not under the confusions of others.
Right.
I do not
And
agree with the ninth house stance upon what you have done, nor those who are more aggressive towards these
at this
ideas.
point, I don't even think the ninth house agrees with the ninth house stance that they placed on me. I don't even know what the hell is going on.
He kind of nods at that idea.
Mm.
I wish to know more of Pio, your
Oh,
former patron,
right.
and I
Okay.
would know of your relationship now more than anything. I know of it then at our last meeting, but the 12th house binder lord. I
Yeah.
wish to know what you.
Okay.
He
I'm
doesn't know how
going.
to word. He doesn't know how to word the thing. It's quite obvious.
Okay.
But
I'm
you know
gonna
he doesn't
tell
feel good about
you.
Mel.
I know. I'm gonna tell you what I told Xantha. I don't. I am a third party. I do have information. Um, it is information that I am not allowed to disclose all the way. Uh, what I can tell you is that yes, I am Mel's lawyer, but I am also Pio's lawyer and Highbeard's lawyer and Messinifex's lawyer, and basically I work independently. I don't have any alliances with any of the houses. Particularly, I kind of work in tangent with everybody, so I just want to put that out on the line. Like I told Xantha, he was cool with it. He was cool with it. I do have the only thing I can tell you about Mel is that the claims are legitimate. She did receive the word of power. Um, she used the
I
word of
am
power.
not concerned about the word by this point because it is quite obvious if she was going to use it, she would have.
Right.
What I am concerned about is what she represents for the future.
Uh, that
Since
is
she asserted power,
right.
undeath in the city reeks at a level that would make any priest uncomfortable.
Right. And I agree with you on that stance. Unfortunately, the best that I can do is kick the shit out of that frog and hope that tomorrow's gonna be a better day. So
What frog?
you know, the her representative or whatever.
He looks confused and shakes his head, and he undeath of all sorts, it seems. I assumed that was a representative of the third or second house, not
Nope.
hers.
He is. They call him Marshwalker, I think is what he likes to call himself. I don't call him that. But any qualms that you have with Mel are your qualms with Mel. You have to talk to her about it. She will not agree with you. She is not very agreeable. To be honest with you. Trust me, I know. I of all people know that she is not very agreeable. But I also came here to give you a little bit of extra information about your associate that went missing. And that was what I was going to use to, I don't have a lot of information on Mel or Pio, but I do have information on what you wanted on Alucard. He is alive. I spoke to him, so I know he's alive.
Veer looks concerned and a little shocked at that, but doesn't lets you just continue other than that.
He told me kind of the going on of what happened and how the couple of
Do-
people tried
Do you
to
speak Sylvan?
No, I think I made this like clear to Xantha that I do not.
Yeah, okay, well, Veer curses in Sylvan as you under his breath as you continues. He doesn't like this idea.
I know that word. Yeah, he was very open with kind of the operation and how it went. Also, I think he defected to the 11th house. So I
Is he
would
undead?
figure he is not undead, he's alive. He was in a state of disarray. But I have a buddy who revived him. So he's alive.
Blood is indeed thicker than water.
Yeah, something like that.
I wonder if that was his plan all along.
I don't know. He was I don't know. He was really not very forthcoming with me about a lot of like other things, like his, goals of like why
Elves
he's here and stuff like
rarely
that.
are,
I can see that.
I find.
I
You
have
are
experienced that
different because
quite a
you
couple.
were not raised an elf.
True.
I see. Well, if that is all you know, that is better than none. I have signed your paper.
Yes.
I
And
need
for
to
that,
have a discussion with some of my compatriots.
is there any reason why you would think PO is behind the destruction of the stage courts?
I have a reason to think PO is behind many things.
Well, I mean, he like looks at him like I can't say what he is behind, but I can say that I've heard that you think he's behind the stage courts exploding. And if that is the case, I have some investigation to do. As I also have to get him to sign this paper, so
I will wish you luck at that.
yeah.
And the 8th house do know as the independent party and potential voice for Pio. We are searching for him, and I have hired a capable wizard that will make quick work of these things. I do not believe the 10th house deserves any more of what they have taken from the city. And if you can vouch for the 12th house, again, I will give them time, but I cannot ensure that will happen with everyone.
I can only vouch for the 12th house in this regard. Anything else that she does after this is completely her fault.
Their
I have-
death is destroying the city.
Yeah, well, I mean, he like
He
looks,
gives
he
you
looks
a
at him
look like what? You're crazy,
It-
but doesn't say.
he looks at him like, it's been a problem for a minute. So
Yes, and it was only the
Yeah.
5th house at that point, and now it is the 12th house actively creating vampires.
yeah,
Before it was the 5th house experimenting, and maybe 1 in every 100 would be born a ghoul. He shakes his head.
I'm sorry, what? You I did not know that information. Like, he's like,
There is now at least 200 lost souls that have been reborn as ghouls that pretend to be not what they are. Our city is eating itself from the inside out.
yeah.
And Pio began the problem. Mel is perpetuating it. And the other lords and the other lords seem simply to just add more fuel to the fire.
Right. I have a question for you as well. You had expressed to me in your previous letter that you were willing to undertake another meeting of these lords. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment? Are we still
He nods his head and roll an insight check.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, he didn't roll very high. It's okay. Um, Veer, you generally get the impression that this next meeting is not what you think it's going to be. That he might use this as an opportunity to do something drastic.
Hmm.
Not just like, hey, I'm gonna recognize Falwyn as the 11th house lord. You generally get the impression he doesn't give a shit about that. But he does seem to care what people like Falwyn seem to be doing to the city.
Okay. If we were to have another meeting, would it be advantageous for us to not? You know? Like, asking for a friend, would there be any lords that you know of that might do something a little ridiculous? Because as a third party, I would like to advise against that. Speaking honestly, this is really good. This is a really good drink. He like sips it like
I
super awkwardly.
myself will take no such actions.
I see. Um. So should I put in the request, or are we gonna have a problem?
The problem, I think, will be instigated by another voice before mine.
Great.
Set up the
I'm
meeting. I imagine it will take the better part of a fortnight to find some sort of agreement. Anyways,
yeah, maybe, but sometimes you gotta give and you gotta take. That's the nature of this world, right?
Mhm.
Also, do you know anything about Kenku? I'm also
He
asking for another friend.
looks at you, knowing your past. Like, you were cursed as one.
Well, yeah.
My compatriots of the sixth house cured you, they said. Why have you found remnants of your curse returning?
He turns to the mirror, and, like looks at the mirror.
He turns to the mirror and looks at the mirror, and you look at each other in the mirror, and
No.
he is obviously curious but doesn't press about those things.
I think that this went well. He like holds his hand out to like shake his hand.
He stands and he's about dwarf height, a little smaller.
Uh,
And he shakes your hand.
I would like to thank you on your recommendation.
Mhm.
I
Before
will
you
be-
go, a prayer with me, if you would.
Sure thing.
Snoopiest Doggius, watch over this birdman as he transitions between the lands of our forefathers and the new folk here. Give him strength. He pats you on the shoulder. Now leave me alone.
Trying to hit this or
Okay, you may stay a few more minutes.
yeah. Then
Is
we
this
do,
a
and then I
perfect
leave.
opportunity to light up Jack the Ripper? Or Dick the
Yeah.
Ripper?
And then we leave, and
Uh,
then I do.
He
And
doesn't
then-
question why he doesn't audibly question why it's a giant penis, but there's an obvious look when you load Dick the
rip it
Ripper.
out. Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah. It's like, what the
Uh,
hell? Anyway,
he
is my
just shrugs.
acidic effect still here when I run out? Because if he's still here, bro, I'm bugging.
What do you mean?
Oh, I
Like if
bet
he's like,
someone's still
if
here.
is he still here? I just like run at him like aggressively, like Shia LaBeouf, like
Go
full
Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
sprint. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
All
dun,
fours.
like-
He is still here. He is in
You have just
fact
explained it, Shia LaBeouf.
he is in fact talking with a group of the eighth house followers. You generally get the impression the more and more they talk that at some point in the past, Mesenefex and Veer were in an adventuring group together.
what the hell? So I run up and I don't care if he's in the middle of a conversation. I run up, I break the conversation. I'm like, oh, Mesenefex, hi, hey, how's it going? I need you, like now, like right now. Like I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's like looking at everybody. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I am. I want to talk to you about. Fuck. And he looks around. I want to talk to you about the shadow.
The what?
The shadow. He's like looking at you, like he's trying to like whisper at him, like the shadow.
The what?
The I want to talk to you about the shadow.
The what?
It's dark in here. He's turning to everybody. It's dark in here.
He kind of nods, looking confused about things a little bit, and kind of excuses himself. He waves off Chiabo and Aether from kind of following him as you guys break off the side. He's like a foot or so smaller than Veer is,
Oh God.
and has this, giant druid staff thing that's bigger than him by like 4 feet that he like walks with.
He has like a staff that's my size. That's hilarious.
Yes. He will kind of turn, and he's old, so he like sits in one of the front chairs.
I'm just okay. I'm confused.
On.
There is, I have heard things about a shadow, and
Oh yes, yes. There
and
have
but
been. You have blessed us as with the intake of the spinal fluid. I believe that the shadow of the beast is forming into a visage of you to
what
tell us of its
What?
greatness.
what the fuck are you talking about? You're like, huh?
You are a sign unto the end and the awakening. The great black dot will open, and from it will
What?
come life. You are not
What is going on?
understanding me. He grabs you by the collar. It will open, and you will come out of it.
What?
Oh,
He goes, that's
But you
I'm
must be
s-
there to meet it, so the shadow cannot be taken over. Otherwise, the great black dot will forever stay open.
he has to
What?
it has to eat me, and then I'm gonna
No, you must eat it.
I have to wait. I'm eating the black dot.
No, the shadow that comes from out of the black dot. It will be your ambrosia, your gift from the gods.
It's the
It will
shadow
give
that
you
comes out of-
insight, but it will turn you. It will change you.
What? I have to eat. Wait a minute. Wait. So I'm gonna come out of the black dot, and then I have to eat whatever comes out of the black dot.
Yes, yes, you
I
see.
have to eat the shit that comes out of the butthole
But
that is gonna be
it's not
shaped
just
like
any
me.
shit. It has to be the blackest black shit.
What?
I think
Like
you need to see a
a
doctor for that.
You hear yourself?
You're the one that wanted to talk to Masinifex. So.
I know.
Re-
that's why I'm
Read, mend butt crack at
like-
once.
Man, butt crack. Everyone.
Men butt crack.
A 9th level spell, only usable on the Tarrasque.
I'm like,
How much
I'm
time it go to make
wait
the
a
spell?
minute, wait. So you're telling me that the Tarrasque is sending me visions of me so that I can eat myself when I get shit out by the
I'm not
Tarrasque?
sure it's
so that
the
I can-
Tarrasque. It might just be your own inner conscience.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
But the
sure.
Tarrasque has a shadow, and then your shadow appears at the same time. Your curse was given for a reason. And now this curse is still there. It cannot be removed. The reason is because you are both the black dot and not the black dot.
Seth,
What the fuck does that
I am
mean?
making it spell now. How much time does it take?
I am so confused.
You will be both the beast and not the beast.
Okay. Like, I have a lot of reading
First,
to
you
do.
must slay the shadow that comes from the black dot. Eat it, consume it, make it your own. And then you will become the black dot, but not the black dot. You will be the beast, but not the beast.
Fucking scat
What
fetishists,
the
man.
fuck is this man taking, and how do I avoid it?
How do I get it?
I
That's
will tease
crazy.
him.
I love druids.
I like rub the spine. I think I like rub the spine, like the one bone in my spine that's like elongated now. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking?
But Seth, in all seriousness, how much time and gold to create Man Buttwick just to piss him off?
I don't know.
I'm
right
utterly serious.
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Okay. I
okay,
think
so
we're going. I think we're gonna go out to dinner. You are you coming with us?
You do that. I have an appointment. I have to go back to my. I just remembered I
okay.
have a thing.
Okay,
I
but
have to.
don't consume the shadow before the time of the rising of the beast.
Okay, and hold the fuck up. Wait. It's like wait. So there's a. I just want to be clear. You're telling me that there's a shadow of the beast that looks like me, and I have to eat this shadow of the beast, or not, but I have to eat it to become him. But I can't do it at the.
If
At
you
the
do it
I have
too
to-
early, then you become the black dot.
But if I do it too late, I become
Then
the
you
black dot.
become not the black dot, but the black dot.
Fuck.
My brain trembles.
Roll an insight check if you want.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The old black dot.
Nope.
Oh, that's a sanity save, but you're more welcome to take that sanity save.
I will be losing that.
Yes, because I think it does make sense.
What the fuck are
you
all these
lose.
droids?
Okay,
Even
your
I rolled another one before.
26 insight lets you know this something to the idea of because of your curse that you went through, you have a connection with something between life and death. And because of that, you will be able to manipulate something that's trying to control life or death if you're there at the right moment.
What
But
the
it will
fuck?
involve you consuming something that probably would kill most people, but probably won't kill you because you've been cursed by something that even he doesn't quite understand what you cursed you in the first place. So he believes it's the Tarask. That's what he believes. You do not believe it's the Tarask that cursed you. Something else cursed you, but this curse is allowing you to connect with the Shadow of the Beast. And you've heard rumors of the Shadow of the Beast. You followed the Shadow of the Beast during one of the combats. You know there's something, an entity out there before you started to see Kenku player knowledge at Setch. But hey, you as
I have
Birdman don't quite know that Setch is responsible for this yet.
I have to go back to my apartment. I have learned uncalculable knowledge today, and my brain hurts.
The Cinefex is my is like the nasty Yoda in this city. Like he's he's the Yoda that, you know,
I
makes
go back
weird
to my
soups.
apartment.
Here's Darth Yoda.
I
Yes.
walk as slowly as possible back to. I have so much to
And
think about.
you see out of the corner of your eye at
God.
least 3 instances of the shadow
God
following
damn
you.
it.
And the feathers or something. And it's something that's always just like you see it and no one else does. It's like something's playing with your mind a little bit. You know that.
That does make
And
sense since I just lost 3 sanity and now have a 0. That's good. That's good. I no longer have a sanity modifier for the first time in this game. Let's go.
Okay.
No, it actually stays the lowest it goes is
The lowest it goes is 1, but I don't have a mod anymore. It's not negative yet. I'm not where Mel was or
okay,
where
not yet.
Farwin's
Okay.
at currently.
It's okay, you'll be fine.
We'll get
You'll
there
be fine.
though, I think.
I think
Well,
if any of these characters survive this campaign, they will gain proficiency in sanity saves.
Let's
no,
go.
So,
I've seen some shit, bro.
you've seen some crazy shit. Literally, figuratively, metaphorically.
I had to eat ass to survive.
He literally just told me I have to eat ass to survive. Is crazy. At least that's what Birdman's taking from it.
You're telling me to
Yep.
toss the Tarask salad? The fuck, dude?
Yes.
I'm gonna say in the near future there's gonna be some weird stuff coming out of that hole, and you're gonna question whether or not you eat it.
I'm gonna eat it. Yeah.
Well, you don't know. There might be a gemstone inside there. Who knows?
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. My initial intention of the Great Black Dot was not this, but this is so much better.
You fucking sorry.
All it
Will
said
be
is
the black dot without being the black dot. What the fuck does that mean?
Batman, the Sith, and the Black Dot was the title of the episode. What did you not
Yeah.
expect?
But when
I love
Seth
it.
made the title, I didn't think that I was going to become two of the four things in there. I knew I was already one of them. How can you be the black dot and not the black dot?
Oh no!
How do
we'll
you
find
be a
out.
butthole and not a butthole?
We will find out.
The black dot was just supposed to be the black dot, and then you guys called it the butthole, and it just
It's
went
a
from there, guys.
butthole.
Because literally, like the original intention was just they worship this big black dot. Like that's it. It's just this like that's the intention. And then someone said butthole the first time I mentioned it, and I was like, I guess
You said
sure.
you said that their seal is right next to
It is,
a
but that
hole.
wasn't. That's not what I thought I was saying.
It was at the
And then
tail
I like,
end.
and they worship
Uh,
the big black dot. That makes a lot of sense.
to me, it was like a birthmark or like something like that that came on the terrace that was like a weird mark that they can't explain. That they don't know why it's there. And then the way I described it, one of you said butthole, and I was just like, okay, I guess that's what it is.
It's just
now.
really funny. Like I love it. I think it's hilarious every time we talk about the black dot.
Which does make more sense when you think about it with the weird culture of Animeesus. I could see a weird backwards, cat man that's over 100 years old. I don't know. Miss Cinefx is weird.
Now I have
That
to go talk to
was
another weird old cat man.
Praise the black dot.
okay. Let's. Birdman is going where?
Back to the apartment, back to where Amu told me to meet him after
Okay.
my meeting.
Then okay, to Elmo in the apartment. All right. Let's wrap up the evening here with let's go to the Sith who are in the process of crafting things as well as some of those aren't there anymore. As well as I don't know, resting, searching, doing some research and whatnot. Is there anything you guys want to do before the evening's wrapped up? And I describe one thing for our long rest.
Can you put like a few drinks around in tower so they're just circling around it?
Yes, imagery is vastly important indeed. Summons and wardens. Dragon numeral uno. Numero dos.
I made one more, so numero tres.
Numero, yeah, he's over there. He's like chilling back there, just like on the
Perfect.
Sleeping on his
I,
back,
mean,
tongue lolled
I
out.
guess I was gonna say, I guess if I had enough time for another long rest for the purposes of spell slots. I'll flip a coin. One is item and spell, two is another sun.
Did we have 4 hours in between? Is the question?
I was presuming time was convoluted.
It is, but I'm asking God. I'm casting commune with God.
yeah, it's like, well, you did. Imagine this is like late in the evening, late in the night, I should say, closer to midnight. So probably like 4 to 6 hours have gone by. As you guys have done some more research and whatever you guys do for passing your time.
So yeah, give me a 4th ring then, if that's the case. Perfect. Then will Forwin share with Tenebris the cloning of the tower?
Well, it's one of those details that we keep learning about the tower that I presume we both apparently know. because like there are things like, for example, the scrying aspect of the tower across the entire city, which apparently was full access, that we have full access to. I did not know that until, well, the interaction that revealed that we did apparently have access to it. I imagine as Farwin is doing the tower control in order to make sure that we have full access to it, I would tell you. Because again, very imperative. It would be unfitting of a lord to not have control over his own home.
Then Cerberus would practically compare notes with the tower. If the tower is capable of the cloning spell, then Cerberus would want to compare his own capabilities of what might have went wrong in the last attempt. And if the tower might have a better idea for it, and you would also likely have shared the information that the tower might be sentient. A few things. That might be a bit of a troll, yes?
Sorry, it was hard to hear you. What was that?
You might have shared that the tower is a bit of a troll, yes?
Oh yes, very, very reminiscent of Fae of the ancient days. But again, Farwin is patient. Plus, when you live for long, you gotta have a hobby or some sort, otherwise you go crazy. This is just more things to do.
Very true. So, would Cerberus have some sort of idea of the games the tower might want to play, given his own time with the Fae?
Wait, are you asking me or asking Seth?
Seth.
I don't know. There, there's an there's an assumption by Orca 4 that it's Fae. I don't know. You would know it's unpredictable. That would be the only thing you would be able to say.
It's very fair. Yeah, it is quite unpredictable. That's all I can say from what you have shared with me thus far, Master. We will have to experience it together the next time.
Indeed. Having full cooperation of this tower under our purview is the first and foremost of priorities.
And you said it might be capable of the cloning spell, the tower itself, without any need to procure the usually required gear. That would be quite helpful.
Indeed. It does not hurt to still acquire resources outside as contingencies, but if this is most promising, that at least relieves us having to harrow the 5th and ninth house of resources. Though I still believe the ninth house will need some dealing with as per Lady Abadanta's desire to acquire her apartments back, as well as attend to Xantha on a more personal level.
My main concern would be time constraints, really. Usual cloning spell would take 100+ days to form a fully fledged clone. With the help of the tower, perhaps, it could be a lot faster.
Indeed.
So, what should we do next? Do we create more for ever-growing army, or I'll let you know I have 4 dragons circling the tower as we speak.
Protection would be required. We do not want any outsiders to do something they would regret. But not enough to frighten the outsiders to believing that we are raising an army. This is merely protection.
Why shouldn't we have them know we're raising an army when Lady Epiphanfa is doing just that so brazen and openly?
Allow the armies to fight each other. It is much easier to direct an army that exists versus have to amass resources to create our own.
That might be true, especially in Australia. Master, if I may, this is the city of souls. The people of North here are so much simpler than
They
the
are,
scheme
but we
makers.
do not understand them to 100% extent that we desire. Need I remind you of the failure at the Temple of Messinefex that you had, that now results in the 7th house trying to acquire answers that they should not be seeking?
Master, it was a failure born of my own overconfidence. I shall not make such a mistake again.
We cannot coddle such clumsy failures or unknown circumstances. You must understand this.
The
This is a
paladin,
tower that we occupy that we have minimal understanding of. Gaining its trust is imperative. Then we could be in a comfortable position to utilize all resources to our disposal.
I understand. But there's one thing I should clear is that the paladin is currently hundreds of miles away from the city, be it by the help of a wizard or a druid friend who would be capable of taking
I
over.
had predicted as such that this paladin would have gotten in good graces with the 7th house. The question is, are you going to pursue?
Hmm. I might give you a blessing.
Understand this, my apprentice. You will not be facing that paladin alone. The 7th house will no doubt be giving this paladin resources
Oh,
as consequence from the last time you attempted to engage it.
yes, yes. Uh, Allow me to consider this. Would they suspect I would follow them this far? Especially with a horde of dragons. And if you would be so kind to simulacrum as well.
I didn't catch that last part. What was that? I heard would
Your
you be so
simulacrum.
uh if I use simulacrum, my simulacrum dies. Unless you want simulacrum?
I might want simulacrum. Yes, if I may copy it, that would be even better.
Hmm.
My idea was to have your simulacrum, but if you can use and mine on that would be even better.
Hmm. Perhaps if you intend to pursue this paladin, such a power would be useful for you. But understand, my apprentice, you may not get a third chance.
I understand, Master. I will not fail a second time. Or at the very least, I will not allow myself to be caught in such a vulnerable position. If things get too dire, I shall disappear.
Come with me, my apprentice. It is time to learn how to duplicate your power. And I guess instead of what I was going to do, I'm going to spend 12 hours showing you how to do a simulacrum.
Thank you! I'm copying it right away and using it right away.
Okay. Well,
Please use the token submitted for that simulacrum.
I'll get to that eventually. Simulacrum for Tenebris. All right.
See my sheet, I'll half the health and all is good. Or is it the full health?
Half.
Half. Yeah. Okay.
Half. Yeah. Okay. Um. Interesting. There's that scene in Phantom Menace that Darth Maul and Lord Sidious are like talking all quietly to each other off on the side.
On
Like
that
every time
balcony.
yeah, that's like every time that's what I'm viewing as you guys do your dark deeds. Kind of thing. And then down below, like you can see on like one of the why is the word escaping me? Balconies. You can see some of your sons fighting off in the distance, one of the dragons circling around. Upstairs, you hear an explosion from Thelis as he's experimenting with some weird thing he probably shouldn't be experimenting with, but nevertheless. The imagery is quite good. I was trying to turn. Yes, I got both of you get an inspiration point. And 12 hours. Okay, so that'll pretty much take you guys to your next long rest. But the other people, Birdman and Almu, would get a long rest. However, nothing that would interrupt either of these things, but enough to draw people's attention. Well, you can decide whether it interrupts your stuff. It's not narratively going to interrupt anything other than people are reacting in the middle of the night to around midnight or so a couple hours into your guys' spell work. Sometime after, I imagine Amu and Birdman try to get some rest, kind of thing. There is a commotion in the city that comes from the beast, the keep of the beast, and there is not a very violent earthquake, but enough to draw people's attention and kind of wake up some people. And Amu, I imagine, as the character that's not an elf that doesn't have to trance. Like it probably wake up after it happens and then hear commotion outside. And through Farwind's and Tenebrus's kind of scrying capabilities, and the tower is probably the best view for this. Narratively speaking, they try to figure out where it's coming from, and there's a scry view that comes up above the beast, and there has been a crack that's been formed beneath the beast as it shifted or something, but it just looked like it shifted, like it moved, like shifted its shoulder or something, and then the dust is bellowing up above from this shift and a little bit, and there's god butchers running about, and then there's like a throng of people gathering around where the second house seal is and the 13th house seal is, as they are flickering rather violently in shades of magic, and everyone's kind of reacting to this, and then they just stop flickering and there's no magic running through them. And what follows thereafter is the Tarask, for the first time in over 200 years, takes a breath in through its nose and expels it out its mouth and continues to breathe as it starts to wake up. Falwyn looks to Tenebrus and has a realization as a binder lord, a sinking feeling.
Fuck! It's like a heart attack!
Right, that 2 binder lords have been killed this night.
Oh!
What
Oh,
just
shit.
You just hear Fallen say, the plot to kill Binds has begun, my apprentice.
Master, are you alright?
It is an interesting feeling. The brightening of lights before the snuffing out. A part of me felt as though I have died, but I have died before.
So there's 2 of us. Still, don't you think it's time to transfer the bind to another cult at this point?
He will be a far easier target for whoever will try to take this bind. Order must be established before such a transfer can take place, unless Alucard is so becoming and wishes to take it sooner from me.
I was under the assumption you have molded him for just such a purpose.
Again, while there are very, very bountiful things in this city, there is a vested interest to establish a sphere of influence.
Oh, forgot to do the Birdman thing.
The Birdman
We-
thing?
He's
Wait,
re-
wait,
he-
wait.
We'll
What do you
get,
mean
we'll
the
get back to
Well,
Birdman?
it. We'll get back
were-
to it.
He was returning to his apartment, which he
Oh,
would have
yeah.
returned to his apartment before the Duress thing. So that's
Oh,
We'll
fine.
get,
yeah.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It's fine. Flashback. It's okay.
Well, because I probably
Flashback.
have some words to Amu and fucking.
Also, the force. Wait, this is before the Dwarven War, right?
Yes.
This is before the Dwarven War. Like literally
Before.
literally as this is happening is when like it's within the same 12 hours as Sarek gaining control of Kelrier. Is what's happening
Ooh.
right now. It's within the same 12 hours. So.
Fuck! I'm gonna get a message like tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Android better survive this bullshit, or I'm gonna be mad.
Damn, this is like day 3. We got like more days to go through.
There's a few more days left.
There's a few,
A few more. We got like a week plus.
There's 11
So
seals to go.
14 plus dragons during that time.
Depending on other things that happen, yeah, maybe. Okay.
Where were we, Master?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Realizing Bind Lords have died, Alucard transferred to him. Well, now that this happened, because if we just give it to him and he gets killed, that's like, well, why do we even bother doing that?
What if you might die during if more Binder Lords perish? It seems to have taken quite a toll. Would it not be better to return to Australia while we still can?
All the more reason why the tower's control must be under our purview, my apprentice.
Very well. Although I must insist you keep me updated on your overall health in the meantime.
As you wish, my apprentice. I will not allow some assassin to kill me. There have been many assassins. This one will not be the last.
Those damnable Jedi.
He says as he gets stabbed in the neck by an assassin.
That'd
I will not allow this assassin to.
That'd be like some Witcher 2 kind of shit.
Yeah, right. Letho shows up at your door. Fuck.
He was the good guy the whole time.
Okay. Well, let's flash back to a few hours prior when
I'm looking for some more
Birdman
dragons.
makes his way back home, finds
kind of condition is that body in when I get there?
well, he shoved it down the hole, did he?
No,
He waited.
not yet.
He waited. There is an eyeball missing by this point.
Oh, good.
And his tongue is missing.
Oh, good.
And an ear.
Oh, good.
So, other than that, he's mostly intact. It does look like a few rats and maybe a dog or a cat ate some of his face and maybe some of his genitals, but
Oh,
it's
nice.
okay.
I was gonna say these Umberholds seem very, very particular about their meal.
Well,
They would
if
just-
you look,
These
if you look out the window, you see me yelling at this mangled corpse.
Yes.
It's like, idiots! I trusted you. You fucked me. You fucked me so hard. He's like out in the street, like, damn it, Phineas.
There's a little bit of a twitch from his body that makes you uncomfortable.
As soon as I throw that shit away,
Like
I throw that shit away and start
you
stabbing.
you get the impression you're within maybe a few moments of him turning.
You're an undead! I fucking swear! I'm like stabbing him in his face. I'm like, I swear, if you turn back into an undead, I'm gonna kill you
Channeling your
again.
inner Alex Jones.
Yeah, right. And then I'm like, and then as I like, I'm probably like, I weep a little bit, and then I don't weep, and then I get up and I pick his body up and I go, I knew you well, Phineas, but you were an asshole, and I throw him into the Umber Hulk pit, just like.
It's a long way down. It's a long way down. It's a good ways. Right? Finally hear a thump after way longer than it's more comfortable. You're like, did they dig it deeper? Oh my god, they dug it deeper. You kind of shrug
Phineas
it
is a
off.
rainbow stone now. Do you hear?
And then I bust through the window of my apartment.
The window is still open because you broke it. So come through the window. Goremonger is asleep on the kitchen table.
On the kitchen table?
On the kitchen table.
Okay.
Like on his back, like snoring kind of thing. And I don't know what Amu's doing.
He's a dog running on cat hard.
What is Amu doing?
Amu is Amu is sitting down on the floor, meditating, crisscross applesauce. And you could see these tiny, faint green lights that are kind of swirling around him as he's doing this.
Hello?
Ah, you're back. And the lights
I-
all immediately fade away. How was
Yeah.
your meeting?
It was weird. You look up and I'm wearing a bunch of weird ass clothes. Like, I have like 4 hats on. I'm like, it was very strange. I learned some stuff. Some stuff that I don't know if I want to talk about.
That's fine. It was only a question of courtesy. After all, I
Well, I
was
mean, I'm gonna become the Black Dot,
I don't know what that
whatever the fuck
means,
that means.
and neither do you.
I am also the Black Dot, but also not the Black Dot.
I don't follow. Have you been drinking more spinal fluid?
No. I did drink some.
Birdman wonders if that's actually a good idea.
Oh, no. Should I?
No, no, you shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Birdman thinks it
Uh,
is a good idea to drink more spinal fluid. He's a little
Sure.
confused right now.
Yeah. Like, sure.
I am more than positive that drinking the essence of an ancient primordial being that is unfiltered in any way, shape, and form would be quite a devastating shock to one's biological processes and would cause untold changes that would more than likely get you killed.
Right. So he turns around and just instantly flips the table. Like he doesn't even like ask any questions. He just instantly turns around and just flips the table.
Goremonger, the
That's the part we know and love.
Yeah.
oh my, what? He is going to he attempts to thorn whip you and misses.
I'm the Black Dot, bitch.
You're gonna be on the floor. No, you're not. Damn it! Stop moving. Oh, that hurts. That table.
Shouldn't fall asleep on tables, man.
You should not walk through a window and use the front door.
It's my house. I can do whatever the fuck I
Yeah.
want.
No.
Why are you here?
Yes.
You're supposed to climb in and out of windows, Birdman.
My head hurts. You just threw a table at me.
Well, I didn't throw a table at you. You were on the table. Look, it's unimportant, okay?
Tomato, tomato,
I heard that.
Birdman.
Wait, why are we? Okay, first of all, why is Phineas dead? Second of all, what are you doing here?
Amu killed him. I'm here because. Oh, my head. No, that's not why I'm here. He finally stands up and dusts himself off and casts a cure wounds on himself.
Sorry, you're very old. I apologize.
Next time, I will turn you into a newt. And you will not get better.
Okay.
Newton.
I could transform you right back so it wouldn't be the giant hassle of going nearby.
Yeah, fuck you. I got druid friends too.
Quiet. I'll turn you into a smaller newt because you're smaller than him.
Anyway, Amu told me that you had to talk to me for some reason. I don't know why you would have to do that, but
Why?
wait, before you answer anything, does it have to do with me being and not being the black dot at the same time?
You're the black dot?
I think so. I think I'm gonna become the black dot,
Oh, Jesus.
but
Well,
not
then
the black
you
dot.
you don't have to worry about anything yet.
What does that mean?
You're fine.
What?
Are you lending credence to the insane ramblings of his?
I'm saying the black dot is older than all of us.
Wait, he's
The
actually
butthole is
actually a
older
thing?
than you?
It's kind of, sort of, not really the butthole.
I think he sits down on the floor, cross-legged, and says, "Explain this to me."
Here, you black dot.
The black dot. You are being chosen by one of the primordials.
Fuck.
It may not be something you wish. Do you have metaphorical chains around your ankles?
What?
Is there an imp that you can summon at will?
No.
Okay, good. Scratch off that one. Then, if it's not hard, then it must be one of the older ones. I'm not sure which. Quite confusing, because that would mean that his shadow may actually be something worse.
I talked to him. I talked to him in Cinepix today. He said something about the shadow of the beast
Yes.
being and not being the black dot,
Yes.
and that the black dot would open and emerge, and something would come out of it, and then I would have to eat it.
Yes.
I think he's talking about eating shit, because the black dot is the
you,
butthole.
You did eat shit.
Well, he ate
No, I did
fluid.
not.
Exactly.
I did drink some spinal fluid.
Exactly, which came from the black dot.
Explain this to me.
Take 5 to 12 seconds.
The black dot is just another name for the Tarrasque, and they think the power comes from its anus because that's where most of the shit comes from in the last 200 years. But
Right.
the Tarrasque is not its anus. The anus is part of the Tarrasque.
So wait. How can I be the
You are
Tarrasque
going
and not
to
the
be
Tarrasque?
the shadow of the beast, or you're not the shadow of the beast, because I met another candidate, which is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
I was unsure of signs have been laid, and I followed the signs and found someone else, a young orc boy, that seem to have powers over the shadow, in a similar way to where your curse is of the shadow, was of the shadow. I thought when you and Eros brought not Leandra, Althea to me, that I saw something, because one of the primordials comes in a form of a bird quite often. I assumed things, but then you removed your curse.
Well, yeah,
You
but I've been
took
seeing
control of it. What?
I've been seeing the Birdmen. I've been seeing Birdmen, and it's scary
You
because I'm the
both have had.
Birdman. I'm the only one.
You both have had visions of the Birdman.
Just me. Wait, both? What are you talking about?
The other candidate has seen the Birdman too.
The Orc Boy?
Yes, but his version of the Birdman hints to another. I am confused just as you. And I've been studying this for. He doesn't even know how to count the years that he's been
You
doing
said that.
this.
Wait, you said the Orc Boy has power over the shadows.
Yes.
What kind of powers over the shadows?
Can you control the shadows?
I can walk in the shadows, but not like literally, like physically. Like
Yes. The orc boy can control the shadows.
what do you mean by control the shadows? Like control them? Like physically control them?
He can change his visage through
He
the
can
power
change
of
his
it.
So wait, is
Yes.
he really an Orc Boy?
I'm not sure. That's what I think he is.
The fucking the squint.
Who you know this, Setch.
Wait, he told you his
He
name
is-
is Setch?
No, can't remember. He
Mm,
did show his real form to this guy though.
Yeah,
What
the
did he
real
look
like?
form.
He showed
I
his
thought,
real
like,
form to you? What
he
did he look like?
showed.
Was he about this big? Pompadour? Kind of ish.
Pompadour?
Sunken eyes,
About to give him the wrong description.
Australian accent.
I'm describing Jeff
Australian.
as Thatch Joskin.
Was he about yay high, human, could control the shadows, had a black dog, Australian accent?
These
I
words.
don't
Is it possible to put
know.
them in a sentence?
I don't know exactly what you speak of, but he was humanoid. Yes. I do not call him human. His skin was a pale ivory almost.
Was he bald?
No.
Fuck.
He had
Did he
no
talk-
dog either.
He had no dog. Fuck.
But if he can make a dog of shadow, then he shrugs.
Did he talk about spinal fluid?
Indeed, you both are chosen.
It is kind of weird that you say that, because Setch did go shot for shot with me on the spinal fluid.
There's someone else. You know what? In this city, I am not surprised someone is as deranged as you.
Yes, I would not have drank the spinal fluid either, but I have not been influenced by a primordial, so to your eyes and ears and tongue, it must have tasted excellent.
It was
did
horrible. It was horrendous. It swelled my tongue up for like an hour.
Not. And you didn't die.
No, wait.
Then
I almost died.
but you didn't.
You certainly vomited afterwards.
And you do not look like you're going to die now, so it is good. But
Anyway, back to the Shadow of the Beast thing. This candidate, this other guy, came to you and said what?
he needs aid with his demands from the shadow. He claimed the demands of the shadow come from a source that these lands have not heard from since before the rise of the beast. That of Jacques, the change maker.
What?
You would not know of him before.
Why does that piss me off?
It pisses me off too. But I have taken a few days to see the signs. I do not believe Jacques would kill innocents in the way that Setch seems to demand. He asks for the rise of the beast, which there is a sect in Emotions to Amu of our druidic friends outside the city that have asked for this for generations because of the destruction it is doing to the natural order, but at the same time, the Tarask is nature. There's a bigger work at play. And we cannot be short-sighted for what this may represent. I can only think to how many infants of all races have been born in this city in the last 300 years. And yet we want to claim its end. Claim its evil. I do not think it's evil. I think the people who control it are. And such is not delineating between the two. I worry of his actions. You know him.
I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, I
But
know
you
him. The
know
last
this
time I saw
city.
him, we went.
You know this city better than anyone. Not even a shadow can hide from you.
I mean, he did a pretty good job the last time I tried to look for him.
But there is one place you have not looked.
The butthole?
He smiles.
Well,
Do I? Oh God! Wait, do I have to? Oh, oh. He looks at Amu
Look
like,
into the
oh
bottle.
no.
He has found residence somewhere, I'm sure, inside the beast.
Inside?
If one were to drop power, well, it's not exactly one-to-one. I find my abilities more capable within a swamp. So if he is truly a candidate for the Tarask itself, laying himself within its confines might be of benefit to him. It's
There
not
may
that far of
be.
reach.
He nods. We must find him. And he seems. Gorgamonger seems very torn. Like, you can. He doesn't necessarily think it's a bad idea for the Tarasks to wake up, but he doesn't want he doesn't want 100,000 people to die in the process. Like, he's not that evil by any means, and it seems like Setch doesn't care. So he
Well,
seems very torn by explaining this to you.
How did we get in?
Well, there are a number of
wait.
ways.
What if we give such a moral dilemma?
There's no moral
More what?
dilemma. I don't think there's a moral dilemma for him to have.
Yeah, but
Setch right now is pretty well insane. So, as far as I'm concerned.
How do we get into the Tarask without cutting into it? It just
Well, that is
regenerates at,
option
like,
one.
It just regenerates at a massive rate. There's like no way that you could cut a hole big enough to get into it to find a place.
Well,
would
you will
be-
need a team of god butchers to keep it open long enough. Yes.
Oh,
The other option would be to teleport inside, but if you gauge that off just slightly, you might come inside a rib bone and suffocate to death.
Right. That wouldn't be good.
Or, let
What if
alone
I
it just puncturing your spleen in the process.
What if I got eaten?
It would need to open its mouth, which, since you are the candidate of the beast, maybe you would be able to do this. It is my understanding one of you did this to gain this spinal fluid.
Oh,
It was not you.
Wasn't me. Yeah. I came across the spinal fluid after it threw up the spinal fluid.
Maybe a powerful magic would be able to create a hole, but it would close behind you within moments.
mm,
So you're telling me that I have to use
Or
some sort of
you
powerful magic
need
to open up a
to.
hole.
Well, Masinifex might know of a way to open the butthole.
if I might interject, eh, it will require a great deal of my power, but perhaps with a, corrosion via a blight spell, I could better open a passage for us to
But that would
enter.
require us to get to the Tarask and past all of the God Butchers.
That's not
Which I could
really a
do.
problem, though. You could
Alright.
easily sneak through, and I could be hide within your clothing, or if absolutely necessary, I could turn into a fly and hide within your
I could
clothing.
turn us all into cockroaches and we could climb through its nostrils.
That is also
That
an
could be
option.
possible.
But we might get eaten in the process. I hear some of the parasites are aggressive.
Parasites. Oh no, wait, they were telling me about the aggressive parasites, the aggressive maggots.
Well, even if we would revert to our normal forms, but in a very tight space, that might actually be
Mm.
counterproductive. Yes. Mm.
It then killed him from within.
Getting to the Tarask is not a difficult part, it's merely the entering of it. That will be our most pressing matter to figure out.
Good news is, if we wanted to get the God Butchers on our side, I have a very angry dwarf who would be very willing to chop that bitch up.
Would the dwarves listen to reason that
No,
you...
no, just this one specific dwarf.
Hmm, I see. Would one dwarf be enough to maintain a passageway for us, or at least to grant entry?
Birdman has spent his time in the city to know that it depends on the strength of the God Butcher and also their weapon and like experience and things like that. Like there are some that have, mithril or adamantine weapons that can cut through and they cut with enough force or power that it can maintain for a few moments and then they use pliers and weird metal contraptions to like hold it open so people can start to mine and or harvest, so to speak. But it is usually the average team of God Butchers is about a dozen. A baker's dozen, so 13.
Mm.
That doesn't mean smaller groups don't attempt it, but it's usually they need magic or something else to
That's
kind of.
very specific.
Well,
I have to take I guess I could take a rest and run down there and see. I could meditate for a couple of hours and just run down there and
Perhaps
see what they
there's
want.
a type of creature that would be beneficial to this. And I would like to do a nature check to think of a creature that I could uh shape change into. Uh yes, shape change into that would be beneficial for this expedition. Not supposed to be advantage, but doesn't matter.
Maybe if we need magic, I fucking hate this, but I think I have to go get the Sith.
Mm,
The only guy I know that can do, they can do magic.
Amu just kind of eyes you
I know. I know. I know. I know.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Because the only thing that's coming to mind is a hook horror for some reason, and I feel like that's not enough.
That's not a beast.
Yeah. Well,
No.
you assume the form of a different creature. Can't be construct or undead.
I only got some fluence
Oh.
in Devil's Brews from, so I don't know, man.
As long
For
as I
sure.
have seen it,
Oh.
it's fine.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
Oh, you're doing it. That's my shape change. Oh.
Yeah, not wild shape change. I'm looking for up to level 17 challenge rating, motherfucker. I must become powerful. I am not exactly also privy to the idea of utilizing those Sith, as you call them. The one with the strange, crazed look in his eyes was not even willing to lend me a sending scroll. Well, not lend, but allow me to purchase one. It was quite rude.
Well, I have certain traits, and I flick my ears, that could possibly persuade them to help me.
Okay. We haven't had a reason to introduce this creature yet. So we're gonna introduce it now.
Mhm.
I imagine that you find these occasionally out in the swamps because of the nastiness and runoff that comes from the city. They are believed to have been originally born and mutated and evolved from intestinal parasites from inside the Tarrasque into creatures that just kind of they enjoy water on the whole. But they're irony not the greatest swimmers, but they need the water to stay alive.
As do we
But
all.
nevertheless, as do they all. Yeah. They are basically flesh worms, is what the common folk call them. But they are long segmented, slightly carapaced like the Tarrasque worms that
Ugh.
are easily 20 feet long ish. They're huge, they're monstrosities. They have they technically are blind, so they rely on blind sight and tremor sense to kind of see around themselves. Their tremor sense is a further distance than that. And in a creepier sense, they have the ability to telepathically link to things, even though their intelligence kind of sucks. So it's generally like, um, yeah, they can understand other languages and things like that. They seem to have a weird connection to like the primordial essence that the um Tarrasque sort of represents. They have paralyzing tentacles that they can
Oh.
attack with. And yeah. Yeah. So that's an idea that comes to mind of something that would be used to being inside the Tarrasque, but they're big. They do have baby versions of them that are slightly smaller, but they don't have some of the cool other stuff. Nevertheless, do you turn everyone into baby worms?
Well, there's no way I could do that, as
Oh, can I send you a picture?
I don't have I don't have shape change prepared right now.
Okay.
So even if I did, I could only transform one person at a time.
Oh, dude.
I got shape change prepared if Amu, for whatever reason, wants to.
Copy image.
commit with
Seth, did you
cannibals.
ever watch? Did you ever watch King Kong?
Yeah.
The one from 2005, the one with like Jack Black and the one that was by Peter
Oh
Jackson.
God,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember this fucking awful creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what you just described to me, and that terrifies me.
Yeah.
That is
Kinda.
fucking awful.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
That is so gross.
Yeah. It's okay. They only eat everything. So.
Yeah,
Everything.
well, like, I remember a certain scene where Andy Serkis is getting eaten by
Yeah, his
5 of
head.
them.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
getting eaten. All of his limbs get hit by one of these fucking things, and like then they start eating his head, and he's still screaming, and it's awful.
Fucking
But I
hell.
just remember seeing them for the first time because they roll up like regular worms, and then they just become like this weird pink. Ugh,
Oh God.
it's just like
Mhm.
God,
Yeah.
and that's what I imagined you were just talking about. Like fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rumored that upon the death of one of these flesh worms that they utter out a prophecy in gibberish to people
Oh,
around them
What the fuck?
Fuck off.
that hints to something that may have already happened or could happen. Comes from the primordial kind of ancients.
Oops.
Oops.
But yeah, Amo has foresight prepared, not shape change. Different reasons.
Well, we would
Uh,
have to take a long rest anyway, and
Yeah.
then once we take a long rest, oh baby.
Yeah, so Amo would fuck,
Well,
bring up the idea then. I do have a thought that would require the aid of others to keep things as minimal as possible. Um,
By
I
others, you
could
mean
the god butchers, rather than trying to recruit their aid, uh, there are creatures very rare to find, but very special and quite dangerous. Flesh worms, as they are referred to, that are great in size and have very strange capabilities as they, uh, from what I understand, a slight connection to primordial essence, as they were somehow born of the Tarask itself. So perhaps I could transform into one of them and burrow away through its skin and to give us
ugh.
a pathway rather easily.
Okay.
That being said, could Tenebris transform into a Tarask at this point?
Could you, like, when you say you turn into one of these things, are you gonna, because it would require multiple of these things to cut through it, right? Or would it just kind of be like
Well, from
you know?
what I understand, it's a shot in the dark, but as something that would have had to likely burrow its way out originally in order to survive, it's more likely that it could burrow its way back in. They they are quite huge in size.
Okay. So we just go through an opening that it makes, or you turn us all into one and then we all kind of go into it.
I would be incapable of transforming all of us. It requires
Oh.
a large deal of my energy in order to transform one entity. To do multiple would require days of work in order to make that occur, and I feel that we want to spare as little time as possible.
Right. Yeah. Let's hold on to that one. I think that's a great idea. Ugh. Let's yeah, sounds good. I guess we'll just you wanna just short rest here, your long rest, we just wanna take a nap. You're
Um,
fucked, Gormonger, because I just woke you up from your nap, but
I well, I will need to um, rest, yes, as well as to prepare the spell.
Oh.
Um, eh, so, yes, as soon as I awake, I will be able to aid in this endeavor.
Great. So we wake up in the morning, we talk to the god butchers, you turn into your freaky worm thing, I go into the Tarask, and then I don't
Kills
know.
Fetch.
Probably not kill him. He's stronger than me, for sure. He has magic, and I don't. So yeah. Also, I have a question. Do you know where Pio is?
Mm, not currently at the moment, no.
Okay. Well, if you see him or if you know where he is, I need him to sign a piece of paper for me. That is gonna be my pardon from all the Binder Lords. So it's really important.
I see the destruction of the city looms, and you are still worried about your court proceedings.
Oh well, yeah. I'm kind of worried about it just in case, because I don't really know where we sit on it. So
I, when I see him next, I will tell him that you require his signature.
yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go stare at a wall for a couple hours. Cormonger, I guess
Yes.
you can stay here if you want.
I
I
question
don't
why
see the
that
problem with
room,
that.
that room in particular has the way the dust is settled, it looks like a coffin was there at some point in time.
Yeah, I used to sleep in a coffin. It was kind of like the only thing that was comfortable on my joints. Felt really nice to sit in. You know? I miss that coffin. I buried my
I
niece in that coffin.
I feel I should.
I miss my
Then
niece.
that coffin was used for its actual purpose.
I wish I could say I was surprised, but at this point it seems rather par for the course. I was almost expecting that answer.
Yeah.
Aside from
I'm
the
thirsty.
burying your
Anybody
niece.
trying to drink some spinal fluid? I don't
No.
know why I just said that. But
The
suddenly I'm thinking about drinking some spinal fluid.
Mhm,
Hmm.
mhm,
It's
mhm,
weird.
mhm.
Anyway, I'm gonna go get high and stare at the wall. If you guys need me, don't come in here. Yeah. And then he, I think, awkwardly walks into his room and closes the door.
If you need me, don't need me.
I love it.
Yeah, if you need me, don't.
Okay. Birdman gets to the point where he's about to fall asleep, and then
And then this happens.
and then the Jurassic wakes sort of up, and it's breathing, and
And
you
I think you
all
just
can
hear.
feel it in the city, no matter where you're at. Just this
I
here
think you
and
just hear from the bedroom like the loudest fuck possible.
Fuck.